shooting range north of Artesia. All proceeds will benefit the Southeast New Mexico Boy Scouts and Community Impact Programs. To participate, you must register online, hollyfrontierartesia-lovington.com/charityclays.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Hugh is on Roswell's Talk FM weekdays at 4. Next at 7 is Mike Winters.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Florida Keys being drenched by very heavy rain from Tropical Storm Elsa. The National Hurricane Center's John Cangelosi says the storm's maximum sustained winds have been clocked at 60 miles per hour.
Looks like it's going to be paralleling the west coast of Florida today and expected to make landfall either late tonight or during the morning hours on Wednesday. Somewhere in that Big Bend area of Florida seems to be the best bet, so north of the Tampa Bay area.
Once it crosses Florida, the storm expected to track north along the east coast, should be off the coast of New Jersey by early Friday morning before continuing its track north. The discovery of 4 more bodies, raising the death toll on the Florida condo tower collapse to 28. More than 100 people are still missing. Rescuers have been able to expand the search area since the rest of the building was demolished on Sunday night. The leader of an Iran-backed Iraqi militia is vowing to retaliate against America for the deaths of 4 of his men in a U.S. airstrike along the Iraq-Syria border last month.
Air Force planes carried out the strikes in what the Pentagon said were facilities used by Iran-backed militia groups. 4 militiamen were killed. The Iraqi Popular Mobilization Forces say their men were on missions to prevent infiltration by the Islamic State group and denied the presence of weapons warehouses. Now, leader al-Wale, in an interview with the AP, has hinted that his militiamen might use drones in future attacks, saying he wants an operation that befits those martyrs. Even if it comes late, time is not important, he says. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Stock futures are mixed on Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell. The Dow futures are down 22 points. NASDAQ futures up 24. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Pounds and pounds of fur. Our hairballs have hairballs.
Our cat Mama, she's 10 years old. She has dandruff and an oily coat.
I have 2 cats, Dixie and Daisy. Daisy sheds like crazy.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives.
DINOVITE.com. I just tried this wonderful Catalicious Dynovite for cats, and my cat has been on it for 2 weeks. She is not scratching anymore. She's not chewing anymore. It is just the best.
I was thrilled when I heard Dynovite for cats was coming out because I'd seen the changes in my dog. To introduce my cats to Dynovite, I took the advice from Dynovite and put their food on top of just a scoop in the bowl, just to get them used to it, because I know if I even switch one little thing, they put their nose up to it. There was not one problem.
Dynovite for life.
You won't believe how happy your cat will be.
DINOVITE.com.
A former challenger for the presidency of Belarus has been sentenced to 14 years in prison.
Viktor Babarika's attempt to challenge President Lukashenko at the ballot box didn't last long. Within weeks of embarking on his run for the presidency and riding high in opinion polls, his campaign was brought to a juddering halt. Raids on the bank he'd formerly led resulted in a criminal investigation, and the electoral authorities barred him from standing. Now he faces 14 years in jail and cannot appeal. Mr. Babarika's supporters denounced the case as a political hit job.
That's the BBC's Danny Aberhart. Iran is accusing Israel of mounting a sabotage attack on a nuclear facility near Tehran last month. Iranian authorities acknowledging for the first time that the mysterious assault did cause structural damage to that facility. News and analysis at townhall.com. The U.S. has left Afghanistan's Bagram airfield after using it as a base for for almost 20 years.
U.S. troops slipped away in the night without notifying the base's new Afghan commander, who discovered the Americans' departure more than 2 hours after they were already gone. Afghanistan's army showed off the sprawling airbase, providing a rare first glimpse of what had been the epicenter of the U.S. war to unseat the Taliban and hunt down the al-Qaeda perpetrators of the 9/11 attacks. The U.S. announced on Friday it had completely vacated its biggest airfield in the country in advance of a final pullout the Pentagon says will be completed by the end of August. Bob Agnew reporting.
Wreckage of a plane carrying 28 people that went missing earlier today has been found a few miles from the airport in Russia's Far East where it was supposed to land. No word of any survivors. Once again on Wall Street this hour, Dow futures are down 21 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I know it kind of feels like Monday.
Seis de Julio.
Say that again?
Seis de Julio.
Ah, see.
Like Cinco de Mayo, Seis de Julio.
I thought you told me to say something de Julio.
Say I say yellow.
I was like, well, say what?
That's Reno 911. It was Kimball, the new recruit from season 3 on. She was trying to learn Spanish, and they said, ice is yellow. And so if I want you to freeze, I say yellow. That's how I always remember it. So, yeah. Ice sounds like the word yellow, so I say yellow.
Espanol is my second language. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. I know for some it doesn't feel like Tuesday, but it is.
Yeah.
It is Tuesday.
Second Monday.
Yeah. Happy July 6th, everybody. A little cloudy this morning.
The gloom's starting to kind of creep back in.
We do have rain chances today and tonight.
We gave you the weekend off, all right?
Yeah.
We gave you the best weather you could possibly hope for a UFO festival, and now we're back to this.
Yeah. Well, we need moisture, so I'll never complain.
Yeah. Long as the clouds avoid the Roswell area on Sunday, we'll be fine. I'm trying to make a dream come true, doggone it. Don't rain on my parade.
I think there's only like a 20%
chance. Yeah,
so that's an 80% chance it won't.
It's true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And the end goal is, getting wet anyways, so if it rains, maybe we'll just
What is the
change.
Do you want to reveal said big plan?
Well, I don't think she's listening right now. Yeah, my daughter's birthday party is this Sunday.
So is this a surprise situation?
Not necessarily. She's been just as involved in the planning session as myself or the missus have.
Yeah. Your daughter's not a big surprise person, is she?
No.
Yeah,
well, here's the thing with Rhiannon. You have to. It sort of is. She sort of is a surprise person in that you have to wait until the very last second to tell her what's happening.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's all you're going to hear about.
Gotcha. So if you give her a hint like a week out, that's a bad move.
Oh, no. We don't do that. We don't ever do that. I don't care if it's like we're going to Disney. She'll find out about it like right before we get in the car.
Gotcha.
Got a big surprise for you before that. Could be
it's
the store.
The longest trip to the doctor's office I've ever been in.
Could be the store. Could be Disney. We don't know.
It's 3 days.
Yep.
But cool. Good. You'll maybe do a reveal if you do secret stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Do the whole. Like, you know how parents do that stuff.
Move that truck. Yeah, the hope is we're just kind of hoping for a little bit of sunshine because we're going to make use of the splash pad here for the party.
Well, cool. Well, that'll be fun. Yeah. So, but happy Tuesday, everybody. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. Here this hour, in just a little bit, we're going to have Robert Sherman join us from the Walker Aviation Museum. Pops by once a month to fill us in on what's happening out at the museum, and we get an update. I wonder if they had any UFO festival activity going on during this time. So we'll get an update from Robert here in just a little bit.
He's going to talk about identified flying objects.
IFOs.
IFOs, yeah.
In the 8 o'clock hour, I'm going to replay an interview we had with the folks from American Legion Post 61 and 28, talking about some events and things coming up this summer. Some good things there. Lots of stuff. Some to put on your radar. Yep. Some coming up here in a few weeks. But we'll play that interview here in just a wee bit. And then folks from Big Brothers Big Sisters are in demand. They've got littles waiting. They've been waiting a while. Yep. So we're going to play that interview the 9 o'clock hour. She came in middle of the month and desperately in need of bigs now. So want to play that for you just to put a little reminder out there for folks about that. So that'll be played in the 9 o'clock hour.
Big up.
Plus, we'll have all of your other features that include the news and whatnot. It's an official segment.
Tell you what's that whatnot that I tune in for.
It's all in the whatnot.
That's right. Come for these faces. Stay for the whatnot.
Stay for the whatnot.
Right.
But all the features and all that good stuff coming up and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. So before we do it, let's get the good news bear in and tell you all about this weather.
Yep.
You know, I'm not complaining. I like the rain.
I'm just saying, 2 weeks ago was a lot worse than the heat wave that we were going through was a lot worse than dealing with upper 80s, low 90s, a little bit of humidity, and chance for some rain.
Yeah, it's still a change of pace. It's still new to me.
I go through a lot less sunscreen when it's like this.
Although, keep it handy.
Yeah. Even when it's cloudy, you should still.
That's when you get your worst burns.
It's true.
When your guard's down.
There are certain clouds that I would agree with you, but when it's like, straight up hazy.
Yeah, I think
cloudy,
today you're probably pretty all right. But yeah, there's days where they sneak up on you.
Yeah, them drifting clouds. Those are the ones you got to watch out for.
Drifters.
That's right. Holding up a sign. Yeah.
By the way, did you go watch? Have you ever seen the Fire in the Sky movie? Like, ever seen it?
I've never seen it.
Go on Prime and watch it.
It's on my to-do list for sure.
I've been like, since I watched it, I was like, dang, I can't believe I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I kind of miss the 90s sometimes, and then I watched it, I was like, man, 90s are awesome sometimes.
Yeah, the 90s were pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's just a different time. Y'all that grew up different times than me. And
although
sometimes I miss these things.
A lot of weirdness in the 90s.
Well, yeah.
It really depends on who you ask. I think Nancy Kerrigan would probably have a different opinion.
Well, yeah, but you can say that now.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's absolutely true.
If I could pick every bad thing, but, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and, 90s I was an adult, but still had growing up to do, I guess you could say. But, yeah, I love it. Every time I watch, even when a 90210 comes on, I'm like, man, it's a simpler time.
I was watching something. It was like talking about just basically the timeline of the year, and they were talking about in the 90s. I think it was like 92 or 93. They officially established PG-13 as a rating.
Yeah, I remember around that when it happened.
And it was because of, I want to say it was like Terminator or something like that. It was like a PG movie, and it was like there's no way it should have been. And then they started talking about Red Dawn. Of all movies,
the Red Dawn from the 80s.
Yeah,
okay.
And how like that movie was PG, and it was in the 80s, like 88 or 89 that the PG-13 rating, because that was like one of the first movies that was PG-13 rated.
Okay,
because of all the added violence and salty language.
Well, see, now you hardly see a R-rated movie.
That's true.
Like they were more prevalent, like your Porky's and all those.
Yeah, well, because before you had your PG and you had R. It was either good for everybody, or probably nobody. Probably just the adults.
Yeah.
PG-13 opened up a lot of doors.
Yeah, it's funny though. If you ever like sit down and read the specifics.
The MPAA, right? The guidelines.
It's pretty. Like they're counting words and
you're allowed one
body parts and everything else.
You're allowed one F word in a PG-13 movie. Other than that, it's like you have to dance around it. You can mute it. You can like have it like hinted at, but you're allowed one F word in a PG-13.
But in the
movie.
overall thing, it just sounds ridiculous. I mean, if you think about it, well, a kid who's 13 can hear it once, but seven times is too much.
Yeah.
Clearly. It sounds a little stupid to me, but I don't know.
I would agree.
To each his own.
You can see it's like hint of nipple.
Yeah.
PG-13.
All right, here's the good news bear with your weather forecast. Enjoy.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure area east of the mountains and plenty coming into eastern New Mexico, so we could get some more showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those storms could have heavy rainfall, especially this afternoon. Today's high will be in the upper 80s. Overnight, showers and thunderstorms look likely with our low in the upper 60s and low 70s. More showers in mid-80s Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 87%. And winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. We do have that 40% chance of rain today. They say some storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Partly cloudy. Highs near 87 with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we're jumping up to a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They say the sweet spot is between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. They say some of these storms could produce heavy rainfall, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 69 with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. They're saying a quarter to a half inch of rain possible overnight tonight. Wednesday, we're looking at a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy. Highs right around 88 with northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain tomorrow night. Partly cloudy, overnight low of 68. East winds around 5 miles per hour. I think on Friday, Thursday and Friday, rain-free, according to this. Sunny, highs near 90 on Thursday with northeast winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny skies with a high of 93. Then for the weekend, rain chances do return, but 20-30%. So Saturday at 20%. Mostly sunny, highs near 90. There is a 40% Saturday night. Sunday, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers, mostly sunny and 88. 30% for Sunday night and for Monday as well with a high of 89. So got some good chances for rain today, tomorrow, tonight, and then again a little bit this weekend, but we'll see how all that shapes out. All right, it is 7:16. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, Robert Sherman with the Walker Aviation Museum will join us. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
You've slouched on it. You've slept on it. You've sheltered in place on it until it's worn out. Now it's time for new furniture from Glenn's. Like a breath of fresh air, Glenn's will brighten your home with beautiful new furniture you'll be proud of for years to come. And at Glenn's, everything is ready for immediate delivery. So reopen your life and refresh your home with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Well, the geraniums were a little slow at getting started this year, but now they're ready to go. Hi, this is Jim Gilf with a lesson in delayed gratification. At Roswell Seed Company, we grow our own geraniums, and that old polar vortex sure slowed them down. But now they may be the sturdiest, most colorful geraniums you've ever put in the ground, so come get yours today. Kind of like your neighbor's son who's still living in the basement. Late bloomers can be the brightest of them all. Or maybe not. Have you seen that kid?
This is a nasty little termite. It loves nothing better than to eat your house, your subfloors, your walls, around your windows. And then they swarm around, taunting you.
We're eating your house. We're eating your house.
You'd like to kill them, wouldn't you? But you don't want trenches dug around your home, and you don't want holes in your foundation. That's where Dow AgroSciences and the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System come to the rescue. The same system that protects the White House can help protect your house. An authorized operator strategically places Centricon stations around your house and then carefully monitors them for termites. If they're found, a professional inserts bait tube devices. The termites take the bait and they die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Kind of like that, only a lot more effective. In fact, Centricon has proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Travis Hicks Richland Auto Group coming to you from the Twilight Zone. I don't remember being more excited about a July than I am about this one. July 4th celebrates the issuance of the Declaration of Independence, a document that pronounced the original 13 colonies in America as free from the tyranny of Great Britain. The second sentence of the Declaration states that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Isn't it amazing that 250 years later, those words still have so much meaning? Richland will be celebrating our independence from tyranny all month long. In July, your vehicle purchase at either our GM or Dodge store will come with a Bible to remind us to whom we owe our lives, an American flag to remind us that we are all free from tyranny in America, and an entry to win an AR for those who choose to celebrate and defend our pursuit of happiness. To win the gun, you can enter on our Facebook page, our website, or by buying a car this month. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Part of why you should ride for our brand, Richland, where service is job
If you have
one.
a student who's ready to further their education, think Eastern New Mexico University first. The state of New Mexico, through the Lottery Scholarship Program, will pay 100% of your student's tuition if you are a New Mexico resident. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to further your student's higher education at the only four-year university on the High Plains. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Explore, experience, excel. Eastern New Mexico University.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Walker Aviation Museum, Robert Sherman back with us. Morning, Robert. Morning. Got to put a microphone in front of you.
Hey, morning. Wake up here.
How are you doing today? How's your 4th of July weekend?
It's good. I tried to get a lot of stuff done yesterday, and then I realized it was the day after a holiday, and nobody's, not
open.
Some people are open, but
sure.
not a lot of people.
There was a lot of taking the day off yesterday.
Yeah, and I can understand. Having time to get back home and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, museum's still closed. Now we got from the flooding back in May.
Yeah, the pandemic. We're just starting ready to open up, and then we get that little flood in around the 29th of.
When the levees had the issues
when the levees
and all that.
broke out there, and the home terminal got about an inch or two of water. So we're still waiting for some repair to be done.
Okay.
So we can move stuff back in the normal place. So
okay, so maybe
it kind of looks like we just moved in from out of state. And it's a total mess out there. So.
But hopefully here over the next month or two, or when we'll start seeing some progress being made here. So good. But we'll let folks know when that happens. But for folks that aren't familiar, the Walker Aviation Museum, it's home there at the Roswell Air Terminal, and it is the history of in case for folks that didn't know, the south end of town, you might have heard some people been here a while referred to the base, down by the base. That was an Air Force base, Roswell Army Airfield, during and before World War II, and then, of course, afterwards when the Air Force and the Army separated into two branches, became Roswell or Walker Air Force Base, and was there up until 60s, and then base closures and all that stuff. But it was a major training area during World War II, also during the Cold War era, housing our Atlas missiles and things in this region. The Walker Aviation Museum devotes the history of the base and our Cold War era stuff around here. So
right, we from 42 to 45, we trained 14,000 pilots and bombardiers. If you put those two together, about 14,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of training going on during World War II.
Sure, yeah, odds are pretty good. If you're a B-17 crew, you probably spent some time in Roswell
That's right.
learning your craft. So, that's what the museum is really to celebrate, and the people and the mission that took place here during that time.
Yeah, it was kind of the you went through initial pilot training, and then you came here for multi-engine aircraft and then some bombardier training.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. You always wonder because the size of the airfield and everything. Do you think, like hindsight 2020, the Air Force wish they kind of kept that as a base? Or
yeah,
do you
I think so. I think it was political.
Yeah.
You know what bases got closed in '67? It was part of the Vietnam budget issue going on.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think considering the size of the runway and the climate we have here, it's like you closed it. Like seriously, compared to keeping some other places open.
Sure. And I get we have Holloman and Cannon and but that runway, I mean, it's the biggest. There's not many like that in size and and uniqueness, and even because there's like a grooved and ungrooved, and that there's a whole big thing behind that too for pilot training and all that. So it's kind of interesting. But
yeah.
Anyway, folks, we love always looking for more people to get involved with that, but more to come as the museum opens back up here, and then hope we can
we really
start getting groups through there.
In a critical stage as far as needing some folks.
Okay.
To join our board of directors so we can move forward. And later in the briefing today, I'm going to talk about the B-47 bomber.
Okay. But if folks are interested in volunteering, either serving on the board or serving in any of the volunteer capacities, please reach out to the Walker Air Force Base Museum. We'll tell you the different ways through the website or through Facebook. There's multiple ways. We'll talk about that later. But if you just have an interest in getting involved, maybe, some people are like, well, I was a military, so there's a connection. And if you have that, please, we'd love to have you. But if you just have an interest, or maybe you're just a fan of World War II aircraft or something, we'd love to have more folks to get involved and help with some of the decisions. Obviously, one of the goals, or one of the goals that have been a part of the Walker Aviation Museum for multiple years now, is to kind of work into the STEM and that side of thing to also kind of hopefully spark the interest of some kids to pursue careers in aviation and in engineering and that side of the world here, and inspire some more of that.
Hopefully, within a year from now, we can look back and we really are going to be moving forward in that area, because we just luckily just got a approval from Xcel Energy for a $10,000 grant.
Good.
So thank you, Xcel Energy. So we put that in, and we're going to be purchasing some flight simulators, a couple of those, and some touchscreen computers for STEM stuff.
Cool.
So I've been talking to some folks that I just kind of won't talk about here in a minute, that are going to coordinate and come on out to the museum and do some things out there. So Ruben Bolaños, for example.
Oh, okay.
Ruben.
I know Ruben.
Great guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a STEM coordinator for Roswell Independent School District.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be getting with Assumption Catholic Church and the Gateway School to get some
partnering with some
kids, probably in the range of 13 to 18 out there.
Sure.
And hopefully let them get on the simulators and get some briefings on STEM and stuff like that. So
cool.
We're trying to move forward in that area, as well as get back up to speed and get our historical stuff back up on stands.
Awesome. But if there's people,
right now, it's kind of a mess out there.
Sure. But if people are interested, love this kind of stuff, want to get involved, please reach out and we'll talk. We'll see where we can plug in and get you helping out here. Of course, one of the things we always like to do when we're talking here with Robert and all that is talk a little bit about some of the history of this area here, and obviously with that with the Roswell Army Airfield and Walker Air Force Base, there was a bevy of aircraft that called that field home for some years, some a shorter stint of time. But I would think if it was a bomber anywhere from the 40s to the 60s, I don't care what model it is, it probably one of them sat some time in Roswell there, at least, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of the uniqueness of that field and what the training purposes and what they could do out there. Mm-hmm. So today we're touch a little bit on the B-47.
Yeah, we talked last month about some of the development of the B-47 design and some of the issues they had with it. It was... It had to land pretty fast, and some other issues that we talked about last month.
Sure.
I thought this today, I would go into a little bit of the operational history of the B-47.
Okay.
So B-47 had a crew of 3, and it's a six-jet engine aircraft, and could carry about 25,000 pounds of bombs.
Okay.
And what that meant in those days was either one really big nuclear weapon or up to 4 smaller nuclear weapons. They could
Gotcha.
carry.
It was based on weight, not on quantity of bombs, basically.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, or it could carry 28 500-pound bombs.
Gotcha.
So
that's a lot of bombs, by the way.
Yeah,
they
it
carpet
is.
bomb.
Yeah.
They don't. Nowadays, they're more precise with their bombing,
Yeah.
so they don't need to carpet bomb them. They can do one and guide it and do the same thing that
go
25
right into
did.
the right or left window of that building.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 2 guns in the tail, maximum speed of 607 miles an hour, and combat range of 2,013 miles, but a ferry range with some under-wing tanks of 4,647 miles.
Okay.
And it can fly up to about 40,500 feet service ceiling. And it was in Strategic Air Command of the U.S. Air Force from 1951 to 1965.
Okay.
But the B-47s at Walker were here from 55 to 58 because the B-52s came in pretty quick.
Okay.
Because this was one of the premier bases in the country.
So
when the B-52s came out, it came in here pretty quick and it bumped out the B-47.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it is plane, it just got obsolete quick, didn't it? That was there was a lot of breakthroughs in design things that they had to overcome to get this here. But once they got it there, then, bigger, faster, stronger, they were working to make bigger.
I look at that and I think, okay, 55 to 58, that means when I was from 12 to 15 years old.
Gotcha.
And I can remember, I was really interested in airplanes in those days and watching it fly around.
I'm curious, and this is where, because like you mentioned, this one was predominantly 50s, and the crew of 3. Like you look at a B-17 or look at some of the World War II era. Was that because the tactics changed? Where obviously there was a lot of anti-aircraft guns, but in the 50s, were they less sending the fighter groups to go after bombers and more flak and anti-aircraft stuff? So they just didn't need as many gunners as like a B-17 or what? I was kind of curious about that. Like, did the philosophy change in the tactics in the 50s from World War II as far as dealing with bomber groups and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess so, because all that large number of the B-17 and B-24s and stuff was for all the side guns, front guns.
Yeah, and these 50s.
Now it's just basically a rear gun, and in this case, the gun was kind of like it, and something was automatic. You could actually operate it from the front. Mm-hmm. So you had a pilot, co-pilot, and you have a bombardier.
Gotcha. And so really, it was just technology had forced us to do different tactics on how we deal with that. So
at the speed they're flying or the altitudes they're flying, there wouldn't be airplanes zooming around, coming back and forth.
Gotcha. They're a lot faster.
Coming head on, coming to the side. It was just like, rather just droning along in a B-17, like, okay, let's go get this guy.
Yeah, they were moving. They were moving, trying to get from point A to point B as fast as humanly possible, basically. Right. Gotcha. So, makes sense.
It became operational in 1953, and it was sluggish on takeoff and too fast on landing. It was considered a maintenance hog. So if you're a maintenance guy, you go B-47.
Well, that makes sense because anytime there's like first generation technology in something, there's always a lot of breaks or a lot of, and
actually, the B-29 came out pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was kind of a maintenance hog too. My dad was a crew chief of B-29. So.
Anytime it's fast, there's there's positives and negatives for everything like that. So.
So avionics remained kind of troublesome through the B-47's operational life. A few crews felt the aircraft was safe and not too demanding, but some crews did not like the B-47. So by 1956, the U.S. Air Force had 28 wings of B-47 bombers.
Oh, wow.
That surprised me. 28 wings and 5 wings of RB-47 reconnaissance aircraft. And it was the first time American strategic deterrent operated from forward operating locations. For example, B-47s operated out of the United Kingdom, Morocco, Spain, Alaska, Greenland, and Guam.
Oh, wow. So all of it, if you're on you're on one of these crews, you're serving overseas. I gotcha.
And a lot of the B-47s were often set up in a 1/3 alert, where a third of the operational aircraft were available, sitting on the hard stand, full of fuel, loaded with an atomic bomb.
Gotcha. At a moment's notice,
And the
they're
crew
airborne.
kind of standing by out there, little quarters where they could ring the bell, jump in the aircraft. Then they would take off in minimum intervals, and sometimes that was only like 15-second intervals as they went down the runway. And that caused some interesting situations because you get the wing vortices and the general turbulence and some black smoke from the water-injected engines.
Okay.
So it was not that simple, especially if you're at the end of the line. If you're the first guy off, fine,
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And during the 15-year life of the B-47, there were 28 different models. And the B-47 was produced, was a bomber version, there's a reconnaissance version, there's a weather research version, and there was a lot of test aircraft.
Oh, nice.
For different test projects they were doing.
So they did get some versatility out of that model.
The phase out of the B-47 began in 1963 and was completed in 65.
Gotcha.
And the last operational WB-47E models assigned to the Air Weather Service were withdrawn finally in September of 1969.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So the B-52 replaced its, as far as its mission and
or the
role and
bomber,
everything.
right.
Well, in all fairness, the B-52's done that to a lot of aircrafts. That's an aircraft that's still in the U.S. inventory today.
That's right.
And is still very much in, the big strategy of, if things go down, these aircraft are still very much in that mission statement there.
That's right.
So don't feel bad. That aircraft has outlived a lot of others too.
Thing is that might surprise a lot of people is the only B-47s to see anything resembling to combat were the aerial reconnaissance variants.
Okay.
Okay. And the first overflights of Soviet territory with the B-47B model fitted with special radar and cameras in the Bombay occurred in 15 October 1952, flying over Soviet airfields in northern Siberia.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense why they might have had some
So a lot of people
incidents.
hear the U-2 getting shot down. No, the B-47s were flying over before long.
And probably a
before
lot lower than that U-2 was flying.
Yeah. And during these operations, 5 B-47B models were fired upon and 3 were shot down over Russia. And in May 1954, a top-secret mission near Kola Peninsula, the 4th Air Division 91st Strategic Reconnaissance Wing, that had a RB-47E overflew Soviet Union at high altitude, but it was chased by MiG-17s. And at that time, the U.S. intelligence weren't aware of the MiG-17. I guess that's when they first came out.
Okay.
They just thought of MiG-15s. And while taking damage, it escaped over Sweden and landed back in Fairford, RAF Fairford in the United Kingdom. And the incident was kept secret by Russians and the Americans. After that happened.
Yeah, they didn't want them to know that we were over there, and they don't want us to know that we found out stuff. So,
And an RB-47E flying out of Alaska, scouting the Kamchatka Peninsula on 17 April 1955. It was intercepted by MiG-15s over international airspace, and the aircraft and crew disappeared. Never were found.
I'm sure they ended up in the ocean somewhere. Yeah.
And between 21 March and 10 May 1956, 16 B-47E models and 5 RB-47H models operating out of Thule, Greenland, performed overflights the length of Siberia 156 times.
Oh, wow.
So they were just going back and forth under Project Home Run.
Okay.
And just to last a couple items here, there were many missions and conflicts that were involved with the reconnaissance mission. And these missions continued until 1963 when the Lockheed U-2 took over what they were doing. And over its operating history, the B-47 and its variants, 203 aircraft were lost in crashes.
Oh, wow.
And 464 deaths of Americans from flying that aircraft. So that's why I don't think a lot of people thought it was the safest aircraft.
Sure.
And the Wikipedia has 3 pages of short descriptions of the crashes. And, gives you like a quick summary of this is why this one crashed, this is why this one crashed.
Sure.
And,
is there a consistency to those crashes, or is there
there were some issues on stability and flights and stuff.
Because generally speaking, I don't know if they did do it this way back then, but I know like when I was with the 117s and they had that one with the air show in Baltimore when the wing fell off. I don't know if folks remember that in the 90s there. They grounded the whole fleet because they found out there was a bolt or something that was recalled or something. I don't remember the whole spiel.
Really?
But yeah.
I don't remember that. Was a wing fell off of a...
Yeah, it was like 96, 97.
Really? Okay.
It was an air show in Maryland up near Baltimore. And yeah, it was flying, and next thing you know, this wing fell off, and then the pilot ejected, and the thing crashed in a neighborhood. And of course, firefighters and all that stuff had that ram on it that burns cyanide gas when that stuff catches fire. And so the Air Force guys all showing up to put it out in these big hazmat suits, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys need to get away. You should not be hanging around this thing."
That's interesting.
Yeah. But and to be honest, that was like right around when I first got to Holloman. I got done so it was probably 97. So I got into Holloman. And I'd done all my training and stuff, and I got there, and that first month and a half, I think I got there and got set up, and then like a week later, they shut down the flying schedule and everything for a couple of weeks while they did this inspection on the entire fleet.
My memory's failing me. My wife probably remembers. She's got a memory like an elephant.
I was a Jeep back then, so they didn't really trust me with much. So, I just got to the base.
I was in Maryland at that time, living in Maryland, yeah.
Okay.
And I was at Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it was up in a Baltimore area air show or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
I probably kind of faintly remember that, but I didn't realize the cause of it.
There was a
follow-up.
Yeah, there was a one of those long line things. So I'm wondering if they ever had those kind of mass like recalls of some of the parts or something. I imagine they did. That's probably led to some of these, but
yeah. I want to mention some stuff right quick before we move on.
Yeah.
By the way, the B-47 was replaced at Walker by the B-52. So
okay.
Again, we really miss the passing away of Senior Master Sergeant Bob Pottle, who was part of our group for a long, long time.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Brigadier General Doug Murray, the Dean of Academics at NIMI, who's our Vice President. He's now moved to Colorado Springs.
So we do have spaces available for folks that want to get involved in things. And if you just have a love, a passion for this kind of stuff, that's really all we're asking is folks that are really wanting to see this and help. Or even if you're like we were talking earlier, STEM, that teacher side, we love to have that kind of input on the board as well, too.
Absolutely.
So.
If you're a science teacher or retired science teacher or even not, somebody just interested in STEM, we'd be very happy. And I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to people get a hold of me. I could probably give you my phone number, but you'd have to text me because I won't answer.
I think if you, the Walker Air Force Base Museum Facebook page, if you shoot a message on there, someone will be happy to see that and get back with you. Leave your contact
because
information.
we got some contacts from people that wanted to get in the museum this weekend.
Okay.
And we actually...
That's probably a good way to get a hold of somebody. If you go to the WAFBmuseum.org, www.wafbmuseum.org, you'll find links to donate money. I think there's some emails and things if you have links there. If you have questions or want to get involved, you could shoot an email to one of those links too, and someone will get back to you on that too.
So the board members right now is myself, Katie Yates, Sandy Correa, Bob Donnell, Juliana Halverson, Judy Armstrong, Jerry Cloffer, and Friar Jarek Nowacki.
Cool.
From Assumption Catholic Church.
Nice. Very good.
So anyway, that's our group right now. And if you joined us and you have a conflict with daytime meetings, we can sure shift our monthly board meeting to a time when everybody can make it.
Okay. But if you're please reach out if you've got ideas, if you want to serve, even if you're like, well, I don't want to be on the board, but I love to volunteer and help out docents, things like that. We've got, there's opportunities all there, but we especially right now with the flooding, with just the world that's been in limbo here, we really need some bodies that can kind of come and help and do some manual labor and getting us back up and running and everything out at the museum or out at the airport there and get the museum back going there. So
right, we have Jacob's Ladder out there, which is that 10,000 watt generator. You touch it and the little lightning thing goes up and down.
That's a STEM project for the kids. Yeah,
and then we've got a bicycle donated by XL and put together by Ron Lynch that you get on and pedal and it generates electricity and gets a little light going and a fan blowing on you.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that. So we've got several items out there. Slide rule that people at my age used all the time in college because you didn't have calculators then. And actually in high school, Roswell High School, everybody took slide rule class.
You know, it's that was something I was talking about my trip to the Grand Canyon all this couple weeks ago when I did that in the Titan missile site I was telling you earlier I went to. And that was one of the things that most impressed me about it. And this is universal here when the Atlas sites that were here and everything else is you don't realize that the technology involved in what they did during this era of the Cold War and create these missile silos. And I mean, just wrapping your head around being the one pushing the button, that's a whole nother thing. But just the technology involved and the science behind it. This is way different. This isn't like today where they had computers that can crunch numbers and run massive calculations and things like that. No, it was guys with slide rules, guys with these things, and all the math calculations to make sure the science and everything's behind. This is all done by hand, by slide rule and all that. The walls, the technology in building that thing. You know, generally those missile silos, it's 8 feet of poured concrete down these holes, and it's a solid sheet of concrete they pour down these. That's a feat of engineering in and of itself just to make that. That's why that's what is to stop the blast, to keep the radiation from coming out. Those 8-foot wall doors that make it, to close it and everything. That's all designed and built with slide rules and hand calculations and all of that stuff.
These are talking just a few years ago. Quite a few years ago, they were talking about the average car, how much more computing power it has than the Apollo spacecraft.
Yeah.
That went to the moon.
Yeah, your phone's got way more technology in it than the Apollo spacecraft. And
which I keep finding I'm still at that generation where I'm wondering about something and then I just go on and ask Google, how many miles is it from Roswell, New Mexico to X town? And they go, just tells you like that and boom, shows you a little map all of a sudden. Like,
yeah, that would have been nice to have in the 60s, huh?
I wish my dad was still alive, or my mom, who's a science teacher, she could get that and go, whoa, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. We do appreciate what we have.
How did they find that out just like that, you know? But
yeah, somebody had to measure that, and it was all done by hand. And I think sometimes we forget that when we go to these museums and things. So when the museum opens and when you hear these things and all that come back, understand that side too. During we talk about the planes and the men and women that were serving and all of that, but you don't realize the world they lived in versus the world we live in now, and how they come and create this, and
that movie, The Hidden Figures.
Exactly.
These women were.
That's a great example of kind of the
African American women that were kind of like not treated very well, but they were actually doing all the calculations.
Sure.
I remember, was it John Glenn or somebody said, "I'm not launching until I get their approval."
Well, and that's just it, because you're relying on their math,
as far as
their
reentry and stuff like that. And,
it's not a computer they're plugging this stuff in.
All
These
out
are
there
human
on the
beings.
blackboard, doing their doing their calculations.
It's to me that's the amazing thing about all this, and they don't get that. People younger, you got to wake them up and understand that sometimes. But anyway, WAFBmuseum.org is the website. Walker Air Force Base Museum on Facebook. Please reach out if you'd like to volunteer or have any questions or anything there, or school group stuff, want to learn more information.
Yeah, you want to purchase something from Amazon, go to Amazon Smile.
That's a great way to support.
Yep, and we get a small little tiny chunk of that. It doesn't cost you any more.
Yeah.
And you can give now through Let's Grow Together on that website, GoFundMe thing there. And
there's a link on the website there for that.
And we're probably going to have our golf tournament again in May of 22.
All right, so
military.
Usually do it right around Armed Forces Day.
Armed Forces Day in May, yes. And we want to thank Roswell Toyota, XL Energy, Pioneer Bank, Featherstone Development, and several folks in town personally that have donated money. Appreciate it.
They're longtime supporters throughout the years of the museum and the mission statement that the museum
Alan
is.
Trevor's helping us out. And out at the base, at the airport, Scott Massey is airport maintenance, and Denise Garcia is brand new. She's the airport property management person, so she's been helping out a lot. And, of course, Scott Stark's always a good guy. So, anyway, we appreciate all those folks who help us keep moving, and we're going to get cleaned up and get the doors open and hopefully get some flight simulators up and coordinate with the schools, and hopefully have people coming in.
Get back to the mission statement that is the Walker Air Force Base Museum.
That's right.
So awesome. Well, again, folks, learn more, wafbmuseum.org. Find Walker Air Force Base Museum on Facebook. Like and follow there. Please, if you'd love to get involved, if you're a history buff or a STEM buff or military buff, or just, I don't know, like helping and doing these kind of things, please get involved. And the more involved, the less hands and less work, and to be honest, a better product. And I know everyone comes here for the aliens but Roswell has such a rich history that has absolutely zero to do with aliens, and let's showcase some of that too. And Walker Air Force
Yeah, by the
Base,
way, we really appreciate Jim Hill putting that $80,000 display of Walker Museum out there. So it's almost, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get some stuff like that.
We went through on Friday. It's been a year or two since I got a chance. Yeah, so I went through on Friday during all that. And they got a lot of great information, and kind of, I know a lot of people want to go and look at the cool pictures and things, but spend some time watching the film, reading the timeline, reading some of the stuff. You'll get educated on a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, that was back an $80,000 display they put up.
Yeah.
So anyway, next month we're going to talk about the B-52.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I got a chance to climb through one once when I was in tech school. Mm-hmm. There's literally miles and miles of wire bundles I think if you stretched all out, it's like 40-50 miles of wire in one aircraft. Awesome. Did we get everything for this time?
I think so.
Awesome. Well, thank you, sir, as always.
Appreciate it.
And folks, reach out, wafbmuseum.org, or find the Walker Air Force Base Museum on Facebook. Looking for more folks to
get
involved.
And we're at the air terminal as you come in the north door on the right side.
Yeah.
16-foot screen door.
Yeah.
And we've got about 50 model airplanes down the hallway as you go down to get the tickets.
Yeah. So you can check those out right now while the rest of the museums get worked on.
Got a little sign saying this was at Walker from this time to this time.
Yeah, it's kind of a timeline or a little bit of a evolution of the aircraft that served at that airfield.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Okay. Stay dry and cool and whatever things we might get over the next couple of weeks.
Bring on the rain. I love the rain.
I'm not complaining either. You'll never hear me complain. Well, you will, but not right now. All right, 7:51. Let's get you up to date with local news and your business update as well. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Memorial donations are continuing for the family of Corporal Tom Frazier at Washington Federal Bank in Artesia. Deposits can be made by check or cash, in person or through the night deposit box, by writing Allison Frazier in the Pay to the Order line and Frazier Memorial Account on the memo line. APD is encouraging those able to donate. Artesia police also say they have no access to records of those who do donate. A French treasure hunter has sued the estate of a Santa Fe, New Mexico antiquities dealer who sparked a years-long search across the American West by hiding a chest filled with gold, coins, and other valuables. Bruno Raffos is seeking $10 million in the complaint filed in U.S. District Court in New Mexico. He claims the late Forrest Finn deprived him of riches by moving the treasure chest after he solved a riddle that would lead him to the loot. The lawsuit comes a year after another man found the treasure in Wyoming, according to the Santa Fe New Mexican. Raffos claims, though, in the court documents, he believes that Finn went to retrieve the chest himself, then declared it found publicly and kept the contents for himself. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Here's a nightmare scenario. You're trapped in a small space and you can't get out. Now let's add that small space is on fire and you have a real-life Tesla nightmare. I'm Kim Commander with more, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. A Tesla Model S Plaid, Tesla's fastest car, burst into flames while the new owner was just driving it down the street. The fire fried some of the electronics, trapping the driver inside for a short time. He did escape. The car was fully engulfed and destroyed. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's still trying to figure out what happened. This is not to imply in any way that a Tesla Model S Plaid is flawed or unsafe. When it's not on fire, this car is crazy fast. Top speed, 200 miles an hour. 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. 400 miles on each charge. Prices start at $131,000. The fire department is extra. Get more tech news 24/7 at Commando.com. Today, so many small business owners like me, we're just busier than ever. Because we're all focused on managing and growing our businesses, we can't always spend the time that we wish we could on recruiting. But that's so important. LinkedIn Jobs has made it easier than ever to find the most qualified candidates. And the best part of all, it's free. Get started by posting your job for free to reach LinkedIn's vast and diverse network of 740 million professionals. Fill out targeted screening questions to get your role in front of the most qualified candidates with the experience, skills, and motivation that you need. And this is great. Use simple tools to filter and prioritize the top candidates that you'd like to interview. That's how LinkedIn Jobs will help you hire the right person for your role fast. And get this, your first job post is free. Visit linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your first job for free. Do it now while you're thinking about it. linkedin.com/Kim.
Terms and conditions apply.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure area east of the mountains and plenty of moist air still coming into eastern New Mexico, so we could get some more showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those storms could have heavy rainfall, especially this afternoon. Today's high will be in the upper 80s. Overnight, showers and thunderstorms look likely with our low in the upper 60s and low 70s. More showers in mid-80s Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Beginning Wednesday, most Connecticut residents claiming unemployment benefits must report their work search efforts to the State Department of Labor when they file their weekly claims in order to avoid being denied benefits. The required work searches, which include employer contacts, job training, and other activities, had been suspended during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Unlike in other states, the $300 weekly supplemental federal pandemic unemployment compensation is still available to qualified Connecticut filers. Britain plans to scrap laws requiring face masks and social distancing later this month. Prime Minister Boris Johnson confirmed Monday, even as he acknowledged that lifting the restrictions will drive surging coronavirus cases higher. Johnson said legal controls will be replaced by personal responsibility. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When you need an oil change, but you don't want to sit at the shop all day, call Nazca Quick Lube. They're new to town, and what makes them unique is that they come to you. As your car is parked at work or wherever, they will change the oil and provide a tire rotation and restore your headlights, so you don't have to spend hours sitting at the shop. Call 808-9134. That's 808-9134. Nazca Quick Lube. Let their quality service come to you.
Get your family together. It's all about spas. Relax and have fun in any weather.
For decades, homeowners have been frustrated because their canvas patio cover would stop the summer sun but trap the air, turning their back patio into a sauna by midday. Now there's a way to block the piercing sun and vent the hot, stagnant air with a Solara adjustable patio cover from All About Spas in Roswell. A Solara adjustable patio cover is like none you've ever seen. You control the shading. You control the ventilation, all by remote control. Let the natural light in on comfortable days. Protect your patio furniture from the rainfall or damaging ultraviolet rays, all at the touch of a button. And each Solara adjustable patio cover is custom built. Stop by All About Spas and Leisure Living at 3700 North Main in Roswell, across from Discount Tire.
It's all right here at All About Spas.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Procrastinators Club of America newsletter is called Last Month's Newsletter. Their first newsletter should be released any day now. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:58. Stay tuned next hour, about 8:15 or so. We're going to play an interview we had last week. We had folks from American Legion Post 61 and American Legion Post 28 drop by, talking about a big event coming up in August. They've got their scholarship. They've got American Legion's got basically the national commander. They're going to have about 400 to 800 bikes. They're doing a run. I think they start in Arkansas and they'll go out to California, but they're raising money for their scholarship program. And so they're going to be coming through Roswell and setting up at 28, their post there on Montana and having get together. And then they'll be moving on to, I think, Ruidoso after that later in the day. But talked all about that event. Love to get the public involved and encourage to be a part of it. And then we talked about some stuff they've got going on too. And always folks looking to be a part of American Legion as well, too. So we're going to play that interview for you next hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to play our interview we had with Amanda from Big Brothers and Big Sisters. She joined us about mid-June there, and really just in desperate need of bigs and things right now. So we're going to talk about that. We actually talked about a few of the littles that are looking for, kind of did a little like, hey, meet so-and-so. So we're going to play that for you in the 9 o'clock hour. All right, we are closing in on 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Civil and criminal investigations now underway into the Florida condo tower collapse, even as crews continue searching for any signs of life in the mountains of debris. And the litigation has already begun.
It includes at least 5 lawsuits and a planned grand jury investigation. The litigation comes even as rescuers remain at the site, hoping to find survivors. Chapman University law professor Dennis Binder studies wide-scale disasters and says they are increasingly leading to criminal negligence charges.
Correspondent Jeremy House says there are 28 confirmed deaths, 117 people still unaccounted for. It is raining this morning in Key West as Tropical Storm Elsa closes in on Florida's Gulf Coast. Landfall is expected tomorrow north of Tampa Bay. A shift in the storm's direction means it will likely have less of an impact than feared on search and rescue operations, the scene of the condo building collapse. Well, today could reveal the extent of a ransomware attack that has hit more than 1,000 businesses across 27 countries.
What is likely the world's single largest ransomware attack was aimed at a software provider that services thousands of companies, large and small, around the world. Kaseya says the attack was discovered over the 4th of July holiday weekend in the United States, so many of the victims may not know the impact until they return to work on Tuesday. The attack is blamed on a Russian-speaking gang behind last month's $11 million extortion of the meat processor JBS.
That's correspondent Tim McGuire. It is feared there are no survivors among the 28 people who were on board a plane that crashed early today in the far eastern reaches of Russia. Checking Wall Street now, the Dow is down 148 points, the NASDAQ 15 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Let's be boring and do a commercial about cash-out refinances. It's Ryan, and our mortgage team will often have a listener say, I think I understand what a cash-out refinance is, but can't that be bad for you sometimes? So let's hit on that. As with anything, it's certainly not the right move for everyone. If we don't have to, we don't want to add a bunch of years onto our loan or increase our monthly payment too much or pay more in the long run. But because home values have skyrocketed so far up the last few years, while rates have come so far down, we've seen many scenarios where listeners today can pull out a significant chunk of money from the new value in their home while lowering the years on the overall loan, while lowering their monthly payment and lowering how much they ultimately pay. The key is to just look at the whole picture and be honest with yourself about your situation. If you're looking for someone to show you your options, we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage maker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Not licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
In Belarus, a former presidential contender has been sentenced to 14 years in prison.
As last year's presidential elections approached, Viktor Babariko was considered the strongest potential challenger to Alexander Lukashenko, who has maintained a tight grip on power for more than a quarter of a century. But in June, the offices of the former banker were raided, and he was arrested and disqualified from being a candidate. Now, after an election widely regarded as flawed and months of protests, President Lukashenko appears to have put the lid back on the simmering public unrest. Viktor Babariko has been given a substantial jail term, which will stop him from posing any further threat to Mr. Lukashenko's position.
That's a BBC's Steve Jackson. Hong Kong police report the arrest of 9 people on suspicion of engaging in terrorist activity. Police claim to have uncovered an attempt to make explosives and then plant bombs across the city. News and analysis, townhall.com. Airline delays hinting that this could be a tough summer for travelers.
The number of Americans getting on planes is at a pandemic-era high. Just under 2.2 million travelers were screened at airports Friday. Meantime, at Southwest Airlines, there have been thousands of delays and hundreds of canceled flights over the past 3 weeks because of computer problems, lack of staff, and bad weather. There have also been delays at American Airlines. Its schedule has been trimmed at least through the middle of the month because, according to its pilots union, they don't have enough pilots. Travelers are posting photos of long airport lines and describing painful flights. For the weekend, Southwest offered double pay for flight attendants who agreed to extra work. I'm Ed Donahue.
Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has officially stepped down as CEO of the company he started out of his Seattle garage in 1995. He now takes the role of executive chair. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it, flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ, the devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio, I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Tuesday, everybody.
See.
Hope all of you are having a wonderful day so far.
Quite nice.
Yeah, got some rain chances again later today, tonight.
Yeah.
We'll get you all up to date on that in just a wee bit.
Yeah, it's good. Get it out of the way early in the week.
Yeah. Yeah, but, well, and yeah, we might have a little what this weekend, like 20-30%.
Shut up. I just need one weekend. I just need 1 weekend, man.
I think it'd be all right. Yeah. When's her official birthday?
It's actually, we're able to pull it off on her birthday.
Oh, so it is Sunday.
Luckily, and this is weird, I managed to get to somehow, both my kids popped out on memorable days.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter's is 7/11.
Okay.
So, fun is waiting for you.
Absolutely.
And my son was born on October 1st. So, 10/1 or wake me up when September ends.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing your baby's mama wasn't cool with naming your 7-Eleven baby after products from 7-Eleven.
Yeah, no, I tried for Big Gulp. She just didn't take it.
Compromise with Slurpee?
Slurpee? Yeah. No, not so much. No. It sort of worked out to where, she kind of got to name Rhiannon, and I sort of got to name Hunter.
Okay.
But we both we picked a name. We landed on a name that the other one was okay with.
Okay.
I like the sound of Rhiannon, and the whole Fleetwood Mac tie-in. And Hunter just sort of just kind of came out of nowhere.
The middle name was just sort of flowed into it. So, So she picked one, I picked one.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. She got the girl, you got the boy.
Mm-hmm. Or I guess technically, if you really want to look at it, she got first billing. She got top billing. She got the first one out, and I got the second one.
See, my brother, if he had a child born on 7/11, I'm pretty sure he'd name the kid Buena Casa Burrito.
Buena, get in here. Yeah, that's one thing, and this is something that we used to do. I don't know if it's something that parents still do, but when we're like sitting there trying to come up with names, I always try to scream it across a room in anger because I know I'm going to. Hunter,
right?
How's that sound? I like that. Got a good. I know where to put the emphasis. Rhiannon, Rhiannon. You know exactly where to put the emphasis.
It's kind of like the Bill Cosby bit. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not allowed to do those, but he's free now. I guess I can.
Well, no. He's free in the eyes of the state, in the eyes of the federal government. But
go watch Bill Cosby himself if you want. And there's a scene there where he's talking about where he thought his name was one thing, and it's pretty good.
Damn, it's okay on in 2021.
Probably.
Yeah, not the other one necessarily.
Nah, not in that way, shape, or form. No. But anyway, get bored.
You just what you got to do is like they do on like a Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad. Just have to soften it a little bit. That's how you have to do it.
Cheese and rice.
Yep. You know what I've been saying a lot lately is Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas.
Like I've been finding myself, I'll be in like traffic and get cut off. I'm like, Jiminy Christmas. It's kind of effective. It feels good.
I've been catching my wife saying "dadgum" quite a bit.
I've been saying, I actually have heard Kim dadgum a few times. Too.
Yeah, I caught some dadgums this weekend.
Sometimes it's good to work in an old-fashioned, prospector colloquialism. A good consarnet every now and again just feels nice.
I do love throwing a good cotton picking. That cotton picking idiot over there.
Right, you fretching.
Of course, everything's racist nowadays. Now we're like worried. I was like, can I say that? Everyone's worried. I don't know. That's what they said when I grew up. That's how it was. I never put thought to these things. It's just, how it is. So now every day you got to worry about everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, cotton is still picked though, right?
Yeah, but now I guess
machine picked.
Well,
so when you say somebody's you're really just calling somebody the machine.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Well, that's just it.
It is dancing on the edge of what you should.
But that's just how we grew up saying stuff.
That's why I
Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin, yes, and so now we have technology. But
sure, that's why I
still pick cotton.
Your dag nabbits and your consarnets. You're going to be hard pressed to find some racial epithets in those.
I don't know. Everyone starts thinking about everything. I'm like, look, there's not intention behind any of it. It's just words and things, catchphrases you learn and stuck in your head over time, and it's not intentional. Like I'm not trying to, but people get all like, oh my gosh, then you're the devil's incarnate. It's like, no, I just grew up. These are things I heard, and I say that doesn't mean I'm the Antichrist.
One thing I picked up on when you're trying to and I'm actively trying to train myself to cuss less lately. Just given the fact that the 2-year-old is talking more and just trying to be more careful. So the thing that I've learned is one of the most satisfying things about curse words is the certain syllables and the way they hit. So if you can find a word or phrase that kind of hits those, that you're kind of able to hit those hard syllables. Those are going to be your best go-tos. Like for me, Jiminy it just feels. I can say Jiminy and get out the aggression that it would normally come with a good old-fashioned beep.
Right, you're going to get cease and desist from the Jiminy Club president. Right. We Jiminy's are tired of being used for negative purposes.
The 2 Jiminy's they're still around.
Oh man!
I'm going to get cease and desist from Disney. You're infringing on half of our copyright. I didn't say cricket. Hey!
That's right. By Jiminy, you can't say that.
Better wish upon a lawyer.
Oh, man. This hour, we're going to play our interview from American Legion Post 61 and 28. They joined us, and we talked. They got a big event in August that's coming up. We got some other stuff going on, so we're going to play that for you this hour here in just a little bit. We'll get you up to date with local news and all that here later on in the hour, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show.
Seems like everybody maintained all of their appendages post 4th of July. I sort of did like a loose, survey of friends and family. And everybody seemed to survive with minor injuries.
Nice.
Yeah.
We You say that, and that's reminded me of a scene from Friday. I was over at the museum. We're walking around, and they had some, they had security just kind of walking around, making sure everyone's, behaving themselves and what have you. And I was looking at one of the alien things, and an alien was given a peace symbol. And one of the security guys came up and goes, "Do you think I'd be offended if I did that?" And he held up 2 fingers. He's missing one. And so he does this thing. It made me laugh hard, but I was like, "Yeah, that probably would have been
Yeah, it was frowned upon when Pointer Finger Bob gave the peace sign. It was frowned upon.
Yeah, I didn't tell you which finger. You had to see it, but you had to see it on camera.
Yeah, the camera folk just got some extra, got a little something.
Yeah, that's what he did. I did. The radio people, you just use your imagination. You can figure it out. All right, it is. Sorry, I just when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that guy Friday was pretty funny. He made me laugh. I'm sure he upset a bunch of people. Me, I was laughing.
It's less peace and more pieces.
Yeah. All right, it is 8:14. Let's get you up to date on that weather. Here's the good news bear.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure area east of the mountains and plenty of moist air still coming into eastern New Mexico, so we could get some more showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those storms could have heavy rainfall, especially this afternoon. Today's high will be in the upper 80s. Overnight, showers and thunderstorms look likely with our low in the upper 60s and low 70s. More showers in mid-80s Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 73 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 87%. Winds currently out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. We do have a 40% chance at showers and thunderstorms later today. Some storms could produce heavy rain. Partly cloudy with a high of 87 today and southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain bumps up to 60% tonight. Sweet spot between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. They say some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 69 with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. They say we could get anywhere from a quarter to a half inch of rain overnight tonight. For your Wednesday, we're looking at a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy. Highs expected to reach around 88 degrees with northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, mainly before midnight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 68. Thursday, they're not talking about rain on Thursday. Sunny with highs near 90, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, no talk of rain there either. Sunny skies, highs right around 93. Saturday, we're looking at a 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy, highs near 90. 40% for Saturday night. Sunday, a 30% chance of rain. Sunday night, 30% chance of rain as well. Highs around 88, 90, both Saturday and Sunday. All right. It is 8:16. Before we take a break, let me paint a picture for you. Close your eyes, unless you're driving. Then keep them open. But if you're not, close your eyes. Imagine yourself on the perfect backyard patio. You're right there. Kids are playing. Steaks are on the grill, on your custom outdoor kitchen. You're relaxing on patio furniture that's completely maintenance-free under a patio that covers and protects you from the sun by the day and then opens up at night to reveal the night sky. Now stop and imagining it and make that happen at All About Spas and Leisure Living. They can turn your backyard into the patio of your dreams. Make that into a reality. With their Solera patio cover available at All About Spas, you can protect your patio from the intense New Mexico sun and create an entire kitchen and dining area there in your backyard. Then you can open up to reveal a perfect night sky and go out there and do the star watching and stargazing and all of that in your patio as you open up that Solera patio cover. It's amazing. Let All About Spas and Leisure Living help you create, design, and build that perfect outdoor living space so you can go from backyard dreams to backyard reality. Visit All About Spas and Leisure Living, 3700 North Main. They're located right across from Discount Tire right here in Roswell. All right, it is 8:17. We're going to take a quick commercial break, then our interview with the folks from American Legion back last Wednesday. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
You've slouched on it. You've slept on it. You've sheltered in place on it until it's worn out. Now it's time for new furniture from Glenn's. Like a breath of fresh air, Glenn's will brighten your home with beautiful new furniture you'll be proud of for years to come. And at Glenn's, everything is ready for immediate delivery. So reopen your life and refresh your home with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Times are changing, and today's funerals aren't always the sad and solemn events you might expect. This is Gabriel Casaus from Lagrone Funeral Chapel. Along with hymns and scriptures, today's funeral services are often filled with fish stories, country songs, and a joke or two, golf clubs and hot rods, favorite recipes, and kitchen disasters. At Lagrone Funeral Chapel, we believe a funeral should reflect your loved one's personality, passion, and sense of humor. When you lose a loved one, we're here, because at Lagrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
900 South Main, Roswell.
Well, the geraniums were a little slow at getting started this year, but now they're ready to go. Hi, this is Jim Gilf with a lesson in delayed gratification. At Roswell Seed Company, we grow our own geraniums, and that old polar vortex sure slowed them down. But now they may be the sturdiest, most colorful geraniums you've ever put in the ground, so come get yours today. Kind of like your neighbor's son who's still living in the basement. Late bloomers can be the brightest of them all. Or maybe not. Have you seen that kid?
If you have a student who's ready to further their education, think Eastern New Mexico University first. The state of New Mexico, through the Lottery Scholarship Program, will pay 100% of your student's tuition if you are a New Mexico resident. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to further your student's higher education at the only 4-year university on the High Plains. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Explore, experience, excel. Eastern New Mexico University.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Movie trailers were originally shown after the movie, which is why they're called trailers. Mike thought they named them after the mobile home. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from American Legion Post 28, Michael Trujillo back with us. And then from American Legion Post 61 family, we have Lee and Jen back with us as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
And my wife Kim is still hanging out for a few more minutes before she gallivants off to where she gallivants to.
You have no idea where your wife goes.
I do. I do. She left me a note.
I'm off to the mountains, going to Redosa.
Going to Redosa?
No, the Appalachian Mountains. She's heading east.
There'll be less water up there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes downhill. It's all coming here. But
sure.
How are you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Everybody doing well?
We're all doing well.
Yeah. Everybody faring okay with the weather, and I know. This is the season we learn. You know, when your air conditioner don't work, first time you learn is when it hits 100 degrees. First time you learn your roof doesn't leak is when we get the unprecedented 1 week of solid all-day rain.
Right. If anyone out there would like to donate canoes to 28 or 61, please contact us immediately.
All right. Or maybe at least a few of the pool floaties.
Yeah. Pool noodles. I'll even take a pool noodle.
Yeah, now you're going to get flooded with a bunch of pool things sent here. Yeah, so, hey, that's you, not me.
All right. But we're going to talk American Legion, but real quick, since you said pool noodle, I was an adult before I realized those were to float in water with. I thought they were merely to have sword fights and beat people you're friends with.
That's what I was.
I thought that's what the
way
Puna was. I was like, oh, these are flotation devices? I thought we just whacked each other with them. That's what we were for. And then I learned later
that's a secondary.
I was an adult before I learned they were flotation devices.
Oh, wow. But you're fun at parties.
Oh, great. The guy who beats people with pool noodles show.
Yeah.
Well, no one called them pool noodles. That's why they're always called fanoodles in my world.
What?
A fun noodle. Fanoodle. Yeah. So we never called them pool noodles. So I was like, fun noodles, this is pretty fun.
Well, I learned a new term, what was it, a week ago?
Yeah.
You got burrito bread. I learned about that.
What is burrito bread?
I was at annual training one year with the Arkansas National Guard.
Okay.
And we're more Hispanics in the guard unit that we're in. And
sure.
We're in California.
Did they try to give you Mexican cuisine?
No. We brought our own tortillas and brought our own.
And you know a thing or two about tortillas, I think, Mike.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, this, we gave them some burritos and stuff like that, and later on they came by. You guys got any more of that burrito bread?
You should have blew their minds with some fry bread. They would have known what to do with that.
I had to transplant to New Mexico to learn about burrito bread.
Well, all right, I get, and that's very nice of them. But where the heck rock have they been living under where they've never seen a tortilla? I mean, even in the most northern of places, you can go to a grocery store and buy a tortilla. It may not be a good one, but at least there's one there,
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Let's give folks a little bit of updates. I know we've been both posts, everything been busy. Of course, last week we talked a little bit about the flag retirement ceremony that was hosted by Post 28. That was a big success. Had a great time there. Fire department was there. They were awesome because they were there to keep us honest and not burn down Roswell, which thankful for that. Yeah. But they were involved, helping cutting up flags. And
how do you burn water?
I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it was hot last week, though.
Yeah, that wasn't a problem back on the 12th or when we'll be dead. But yeah, it was great. It was a great time, and it was great to see them. And we had a good group of people come out and help us eat some burgers.
The fire
and dogs.
department was a big help too. They helped with the retirement of the flags.
Yeah.
They were cutting out stars and stripes.
Yeah, they were there participating.
They were doing everything. They even went out and put flags on the fire. So.
Yeah, they did everything. So
they did.
But yeah, it was a great success for all of us, I think, here too. I know you guys have been busy doing some stuff and things. What are you guys gearing up for now over at 28?
Well, first of all, we're open again. Okay,
that's a good news.
That's a good thing. We're
so available for rentals and all that good
rentals,
stuff. Okay.
Stuff like that. We're not quite open totally on the bar because the help. We're still needing help at the bar.
You're like everybody else.
I'm not a very good bartender, but I'm having a bartend. So
he's really good at opening bottles.
Yeah,
got that nailed.
That's it. The other stuff I can't. But we're doing real good. We're still working on a few things that we have pressing. Our air conditions, we barely got them fixed, and. Building's cool.
I was going to say, good. This is a weekend to worry about.
It helps on the rentals, but we're being truthful with the people that are renting. We said right now our air conditions aren't working very good, but hopefully by this weekend, they're working on it today. Let's put it that way, and we should have them in place, ready to go, and we'll have the first rental where we're able to where they'll be happy.
Perfect.
And then the Legion itself. The bar's open. It's only open. We only have it open 3 days a week.
Okay,
and that's Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday.
All right. So if Legionnaires want to come out and have a drink and a chat or two, come on down.
Right. So and then you got the sports TVs in there and stuff like that. And you can watch we just change it whatever anybody wants to do, but mainly we're here for the
Legacy run.
Yeah, this is a big deal, and I'll let you guys can kind of explain. Okay. But here in August, we've got a lot of we got some visitors coming to town here. Kind of explain what we're talking about here.
First,
sure. On August 24th, we've got the Legacy Run.
Mm-hmm.
This is American Legion riders across the country coming through here. And the run is about scholarships.
Yes.
So any child of any veteran that either died as a result of combat or is 50% or more disabled because of conflict.
Due to their service.
Right.
Gotcha.
Due to their service, they get these horrendously huge scholarships. I think it's like $2,500 or something like that per person or something
very
like
nice.
that. It is just amazing, and they've given out so many scholarships since this inception, which was, I believe, in 2008, if I remember the six.
Okay. And this is National American Legion, what we're talking about. Yeah, this is across the board.
And we got between 400 and 600 bikes. Right now, I think we have 450 registered at the moment coming through. I guess they're starting in Arkansas, and they're going to be stopping in Tatum and then coming in on 2nd Street on the morning of the 24th.
Okay.
And
they're all meeting at Post 28, right?
Yeah, they're all coming to 28 as well. I mean, 61 doesn't have much of a parking lot. Yeah. So we're helping them out.
Yeah. So they could come in come visit, talk to folks, and hang out.
Yeah.
Right.
The sheriff's department are going to escort them through town, so hopefully it reduces the impact on traffic. But we would appreciate the patrons of Roswell's patience.
When 400 motorcycles come through town, I got a feeling you're going to know they're coming.
Yeah, rolling thunder.
They're not sneaking in.
Just to let people know, they're going to come in on 2nd. They're going to come up Main. They're going to go up to Country Club now.
Okay.
Country.
They're
going to go to college first.
No, remember the sheriff changed it right at the last minute.
That's where they go fuel. They're going to go fuel at that Allsup's down on college
19th,
on 19th. Country Club.
We'll have a finalized route here as we get closer to the event and all.
Anyway, the point
it's 2
being,
against 1 right now, right?
I seem to remember the undersheriff saying they wanted to change it right at the end of the meeting. But anyway, the point is we've got a bunch of people coming in, and now I know that we've got some local motorcycles going to be joining in, I think at least from the Marine Corps.
Right.
Okay.
And they're going to kind of hook up east of town here, 6 Mile Hill, I think it was.
Not sure where they're going to put it. It could be at 6 Mile Hill. It could be at the 40 Mile out at the rest area.
Okay.
Right in that, anywhere in there. The sheriff's going to look for a good place.
Find a good little settling spot there to do that.
And see where they're going to meet at.
Basically, they just need somewhere big enough they can have everybody grouped together.
Yeah.
They don't want to try to play telephone.
We'll have more details for you as we get closer, but we want to put this on people's calendars, August 24th.
Now, we're going to be getting started way early, but the motorcycles should arrive anywhere between about 11:15 and 11:45.
Okay.
At the maximum, somewhere in that range. And we're going to be parking them and feeding them and all that stuff. I mean,
now the people on the bikes, are they all Legionnaires or just all vets or a little bit of...
American Legion Riders is made up of anyone in the family.
Gotcha.
So you have to be a member of the 3 legs before you can be a rider.
Gotcha. So it could be some auxiliary, or it could be sons.
Could
be
they're definitely
the
lady
riders
as well.
or Legionnaires. Cool.
Yeah,
but they're all American Legion affiliates.
Yes, they are. You have a primary membership, basically, and then you have a secondary membership into one of the programs like the American Legion Riders.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're going to get basically 400 of our Legion family coming through, and it's going to be a great. It's going to be a pretty cool sight to watch 400 bikes. I've had an opportunity to be in D.C. when Rolling Thunder happens, and it is very cool, and it's something that you can't. There's one of the things that I love, that there's a tradition there at that one now where there's a Marine that goes out there, and I think it's the same gentleman doing it for years, and he'll go out there and stand and salute for hours, saluting every biker that goes by, and he's been doing it for years. He's a Marine. I don't know if he's a retired Marine. He's in uniform, and we know about Marines. They're always Marines, so he's a Marine.
One of the things to note about this is our national commander will be here.
Awesome.
For the American Legion. That's the top guy. And he's going to be here, and I guess they're going to do a ceremony over at that little, you probably know more about it than I do,
The memorial
Park.
POW Memorial Park where the Berlin Wall piece is at.
Right. He's going to run over there and have some sort of a ceremony during the event.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yeah, they're only here for a couple hours, though. So if you want to see them, you got to make
they'll
sure
be
you
in
carve
about
out the time.
11:30, and probably out by 2-3 in the afternoon. There.
Yeah,
probably 2, but the latest.
That day's destination is Ruidoso.
So they don't have far to go.
Right. So that's where they're going to spend the night and then head on to Arizona.
I bet they know what tortillas are.
No, that's Arkansas. People coming out of Arkansas. You remember where it starts? It starts in Arkansas. So.
It might start some crap here.
But if the folks want to come out and be a part, of course, you're invited. Come on out to Post 28 during that time and meet and greet and chit chat and
the public
and donate.
Public is invited. We'll be having stuff for sale and
sure. Yeah, get involved.
Donate and
the money goes, like you said, we're raising money.
We're not only going to feed those individuals. We're also going to have vendors out there too.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's only for a few hours.
They love to shop, huh?
Right? And
nice.
They'll be wanting to go see UFO. They want to go downtown.
Sure. Bring Roswell to them.
Sure. Yeah. What else would be out there? Well, they might even. Some of them won't follow along. They'll go out here and shop our
merchants and things, stuff like
the Sheriff's Department is bringing their competition grill, I guess. Yeah. And they can cook like 500 pieces at a time. So
and generally, that's the sheriff's territory.
Yeah, the sheriff's going to do the work.
He apparently has his own apron and everything.
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
Yeah, he doesn't delegate that role.
And Pepsi's going to be there.
They'll bring their Pepsi wagon out.
I'm bringing a Pepsi wagon
great beverages and all that stuff.
So we'll probably, I think Mr. Brown was talking about a trough.
Yeah.
We're going to set up a trough and fill it with ice and product, and people can just walk up and
clean one.
And probably get sodas and waters or whatever they need.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's going to be a fun event.
A lot of the grocery stores here, Sam's is one of them. They're donating a lot of the
that's awesome.
The stuff for to be able to feed, and we're giving what do you call it? We're getting for 1,000 plates. 1,000 servings. Let's put it that way.
Okay,
and
that's a lot of free food to give away. You're right, 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So
that's
big thank you to Sam.
And then same way with Pepsi. Pepsi's donating all the drinks, the Pepsi and the water.
That's great.
So,
big thank you to them for stepping up. Of course, if there's businesses and organizations listening and they want to put together a little swag bags or something to give to these folks, give them a little piece of Roswell. I'm sure that would be something we can talk about.
The one thing that we really need to focus on is we're trying to get porta potties.
Okay.
So if there's anybody out there that can help us with this endeavor, we've
all that free food, someone's going to have to go to the bathroom.
We've contacted a few of them, but apparently they're having a rough time with just being a one-day thing.
Okay.
And also
they want to leave it out for a week or something.
Like over $100 a pop.
Yeah, $100 a pop.
And we need like 10 of them. So if there's somebody out there that can help us.
Okay.
That would be
wonderful. Of course, we just pay for one day, and you can leave it out there as long as you want to get it. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. It's like if that's the logistics is on your end's a problem, we can work around that. But,
also the Sheriff's Department is bringing their command post.
Right.
Oh, excellent.
Set that up out there, too.
Great.
So
this is going to be a big event out there, and we're going to have a lot of folks.
Possibly, according to the undersheriff, Charles said that they might bring a dispatch center, too.
So, okay.
So we'll have a lot of security there, but it's going to basically be a non-alcoholic event.
Right. Gotcha.
So,
these guys are driving.
Yeah. Right. The bar's closed. Let's put it that way at the Legion. So
this is a road trip.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best time to be doing.
And when you start on that legacy run, that's part of the deal. You sign a waiver. I mean, you sign that you're not drinking on that.
They're all representatives of the American Legion, and they're going to act accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And what they're trying to do with this run is raise all the money for the scholarships.
Yeah, that's the point.
So they're collecting donations as they go. So if you would like to support the children of veterans, please come out and donate.
So all that, again, like Lee was saying at the beginning, all that money is used towards scholarships to help the sibling or the children of veterans that either lost their lives in service or like 50%
or more
injured while in service of their country, and that's the only stipulation as far as you applying for that scholarship. You can go to the American Legion website, and if you want to apply and everything. But for the rest of us, come bring a few bucks while you're coming out and meeting everybody and things, or bring that suitcase full of cash, or
suitcase.
It'll probably be the
checkbook with lots of zeros on it.
Patriotic assembly of the summer.
Yeah.
For Roswell. I'm trying to convince a local radio station to come out there and cover it.
We're on it. We're still working on that. I got to talk to the man who makes buttons happen. So pushes buttons really.
Okay.
We're going to work with that. You haven't seen him in this morning yet. So,
but I hear that the Roswell Daily Record will be there.
Oh yeah.
To do coverage. And
good. Yeah, we're gonna.
That's a hint, huh?
Yeah. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
We're in
media competition.
We're in. I've always been the one that's like, let's bring everybody to the party. I don't care. The more the merrier.
Let's see if we can bring Sturgis to Roswell.
Sturgis. Oh, wow. We might need to get a few headliners for concerts to start.
Well.
I do understand there's going to be a DJ according to Antonio.
Okay. So he's going to set the tone, play
party music. And
there'll be a brief ceremony to welcome them to Roswell.
Nice.
I think the mayor's going to do
the
proclamation.
There you go.
Yeah. So is there folks kind of gathering or will be gathering like from around the country meeting there
in Arkansas?
In Arkansas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I didn't know if it was
a lot of like Texas and all those, they're going through there. They'll join them.
They pick them up along the way.
Oh, okay. So it'll get bigger as the train keeps going here. So we might pick up a few like in Texas or
when they first came to us, they said it could be as much as 800 bikes.
Okay.
So, but they're estimating right now at 450 bikes, and that's what they have signed up. So we're looking,
I got a feeling the world we live in, people ready to get out and hit the road, and I'm sure there's a lot of motorcycle
500
guys.
as our basis for ordering stuff and whatever. But, come August 1st, we may find out there's a ton more.
The national organization will know more the first week of August, and they'll relay that information to us so we have what we need.
Perfect. But we're putting bees in bonnets. If there's people out there listening that want to get involved, please get a hold of either Lee or Michael here, and we'll.
Right.
Well, Louis
is probably the best.
Louis.
He's the commander.
The new commander now.
Yeah, he's the commander. Yeah. But if you run into Michael and say something, he'll get you in touch with.
Yeah, he'll get you some burrito bread.
When he's getting you some, he's making you a burrito sandwich on burrito bread.
They call those wraps.
Now we're getting into Taco Bell territory. They're just making up names for foods now.
No.
Quesalupa chorita. What?
I look when I see it on TV. I say, who's making all? They got these guys in a kitchen is what they have. And
like
all
scientists
they do is
inventing them.
Yeah, and I said, that's not Mexican. What the heck?
That's not even necessarily
just because he's got a tortilla on it doesn't make him Mexican.
I know I can't say that.
You can't say that because if it's a hit, you can claim it. Yeah, that's authentic Mexican cuisine right there.
No, if you read and
look at all the mayonnaise on it. That's authentic.
If you read what it says on my products, it says an authentic Mexican food product by the Trujillo family.
There you go.
There you go.
There's your out because it's whatever the Trujillos decide.
Well, I think we can all agree what a tortilla is.
I think.
Yeah, they're pretty yummy.
Did you give them flour or corn, by the way?
It was flour. Yeah,
I think you would have blown their mind if you gave them a corn one.
Yeah.
They would have known how to handle that.
Flat cornbread. All right.
Cornbread. Well, they know what cornbread is.
Yeah, cornbread.
They make some good.
But not in flat form or taco shape form.
Come on, Taco Bell. They're innovators.
Yes.
But anyway, but please mark it on your calendars. The 24th is definitely going to do that.
August.
Also, 24th of August. You're correct here too. I know while we're talking here, I know, and please chime in with stuff for 28 too. But I know 61. One of our things we've adopted the memory lawn cemetery. We've got a lot of, and I know 28's even worked with us on some of the work and things like that. But that's kind of our American Legion adopted project here, is bringing that back to its glory.
And we'll be out there Friday. We're going to be inspecting the graves and cleaning up and putting out flags and stuff. We're going to try to do the Memorial Day redo on Saturday, weather permitting.
Yes.
But one of the things we're going to have to be out there checking for with all this water is sunken graves. So we're going to be basically walking the whole property on Friday trying to figure out what needs repair.
Might need some filler dirt brought in.
And then as soon as
like
things
that.
dry out, they'll be able to fix what's needing fixing.
Yeah, absolutely. But if folks want to get involved in that, I know it's especially the families that have members of their family that call that place home. Definitely, there's some passion in wanting to get that back.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. More.
Yeah, I know Lee and us. We were going to have that memorial on Memorial Day, but we weren't able to do that, and now we're going to help them out. See what happens Friday if we're able. If as much rain as
weather
we're getting,
permitting. Yeah,
that's the thing. And Lee said absolutely right about the sinking of the ground. We really, if we can't be out there, we will have to postpone it.
Sure.
Another time.
Well, we're going to do something, and trust us. There's folks looking to bring that back to the way it should be.
So my concern is, putting out a bunch of chairs and they just sinking into the mud. Nobody's going to have fun then.
It'll look like all those little beach chairs that are real low to the ground, except they're normal size. They'll sunk down.
I want to remind everybody, 61's having their monthly meeting Thursday. If you have anything you want to bring to us, even about Memory Lawn or anything, first Thursday of the month, 6 p.m., we may possibly have a representative from Memory Lawn there.
Okay.
There's an open invitation for them.
And that's
to be
at
there.
First United Methodist Church.
First United Methodist
About
Church.
6 p.m. everything will get underway.
6 p.m. is when the regular meeting is.
When does 28 hold their meetings?
Ours is the first Monday of the month.
Okay, and of course,
at 6 o'clock.
You're welcome to come out if you want to learn more about the Legion.
They're also we also have things happening there. We also serve a meal during that time.
Okay, so come hungry.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Are you guys still doing the same format?
Yeah, same format.
Okay.
Just so you know, their website, nmlegionpost28.org.
Okay.
And keep checking on that. And ours is roswelllegion.org.
Yeah.
So we're partners here in town.
Well, we all want to do the same thing. We want to provide for our community and provide for our veterans. That's what we want to do. Speaking of scholarships too, Post 61, you can go to the website there. There's a scholarship there for
on the right-hand side.
Yeah, all the information there. Again, that's for veteran families. Things that's pretty much.
We've officially had one application submitted as of last night.
Excellent.
That's an official.
Of course,
one.
that deadline will be, I think, in August as well.
It's August
20th.
20th.
Yeah.
So it'll be right around that time. But don't. I know we're the land of manana. We procrastinate on everything
to the last minute.
I get it. Let's be proactive and get this one done.
Right.
Especially if it's free money, man. Come on, don't beat around the bush on free
so
money.
We got 2 to go. So it's
Good deal.
There's a competition for it. So get your submissions in. We'll pick the best candidates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free $500. What's
There you go.
Don't pass it out.
Yeah. And of course, we're always looking for new members at both locations. If you want to be a Legionnaire or if you want to be in the part of the auxiliary, which is the spouse of a veteran, it could be a male. Doesn't have to be female. Yeah. They've allowed that. We can have, and there are men in the auxiliary. I don't know if, do you guys have any in yours as well too?
I'm not sure.
I don't
think you do, but I know 61 does.
61 has.
We got one, and I think he's a little lonely, so you might want a little bit of testosterone to bounce off of.
Well, we
a
have to
little bit
overcome the stigma. The stigma has been for 100 years that the auxiliary was female only.
Sure.
Well, that's because for 100 years it was.
Changing that will take some time.
Yes.
Sure.
But I will say that nationally we are up to 1,000 members. Granted, that's a very small percentage, but it's only been a year. So give us some
you got to start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
So, but if you'd love to be a part of that, and as well, the Sons of the American Legion. If you're if you are a son, that's got to be male only. Hence the son. We haven't changed that
male
definition.
Descendant.
Yes.
Son. Well, that's because the auxiliary has female descendant and the Sons does male.
Well, you can be a grandma of a veteran and join the auxiliary too.
In this day and age, people are like, son, what does that mean? I'm telling you, it's the male. You have a problem with that?
Well, until it gets changed to non-binary or something.
We're living in a world now. You got to question everything. You're like, come on, really? Like, come
and
on.
then the Legionnaires, you have to have served from December 7th, 1941. Onward. They
been
opened
added.
those gaps that were.
So you don't. It's not wartime or anything.
Right.
You served honorably pretty much any time after Pearl Harbor Day, and we're served honorably, which means you were discharged or retired honorably, then you're good to go. Anything but dishonorable discharge.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
And you
the
don't
only-
have to have served in country either. You do for the VFW, but for the American Legion, you just have to have served.
Okay. If you signed on the dotted line and met your obligation and came out good on the other side, you're
exactly
come
Just
be
bring
a
your
part of the
DD
American
214.
Legion.
Right.
Yeah. And by the way, and this is something I want to say, obviously there's a command structure and everything in the American Legion, but none of that is based on your military experience or time. If
Exactly.
you were a 4-star general in the military, you're just a guy in the American Legion. If you were a 1-stripe nobody, you're still just that same guy.
You could be the commander too. So
there's no that person. Yeah, you could be the commander. It's just there is none of that there. It's just everyone on an equal footing, just doing their
Well,
thing.
I'll tell you, in my post, we have everything from a buck private E1 to we have colonels. In my post. So
nice.
I mean, it's all over the board. I do want to remind people that on Tuesday, July 13th at 6 o'clock here, we have the parade meeting. We encourage
Veterans
all
Parade, yes.
veterans organizations to send a representative if you'd like to be a part of the planning for that this year.
You can call the radio station, call me, call Lee, we can get you more information. But here at the JP White building, I'd say not right here, but about 7 feet from here, right next, right over there.
But the point is, this is not just the American Legion putting on this thing. We want to represent all veterans, so if your organization would like to send a representative to help with the planning and the logistics and the execution,
getting involved with it, absolutely.
Please get involved.
It will be happening this year. I do a couple things. It's Vietnam is our focus theme.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Vietnam centric for this year's parade. But
and there will be a art contest. There will be an essay contest.
There will be stuff in the schools that students will have opportunities to participate in as well.
We would really like to have a band.
If one of the school bands, please join us.
would like to march in the band, we need you.
Sure, we'd love to have some high school bands, NIMI band,
college,
college A&MU band, whoever we got. Come on, we love bands, and it'd be great to give that little bit of entertainment,
More
little bit
flavor.
of flavor to our parade. But come on, guard folks, all that.
4-H people,
we
FFA,
want
all
the
of you.
We want the big cool toys in there too. So yeah. You got
and scouts, of course.
Hey, maybe I know it's not military, but maybe we can get the sheriff to bring out that ginormous. I don't know. It's like a riot truck. Or you ever seen that thing?
Yeah, it's a riot truck.
Yeah, the tires are about as tall as that door.
Wow,
they're huge. And I'm wondering,
should we start a riot?
No, just have him come out and show it.
Sorry, that's what I heard.
Maybe we get the sheriff to when he's not grilling hot dogs to drive us around in that thing. Oh, that might be Charles Eastless. He may not let anybody else drive it but Charles. So that might be an undersheriff vehicle.
Maybe, but it'd be cool if it was in the parade.
I think it would too. I think it would be really cool. But again, what it was the 12th. The date on that? I'm sorry. I started talking and forgot the partner part.
13th, 6 o'clock.
6 p.m. here at the here in the JP White building. We'll just, if you want more information, call the station, call Lee. We'll get it. Go online to our to any of the American Legion Facebook pages.
It's all in there.
All there.
575-268-0220, or you can call 28 at.
I don't even know the number.
You don't know the number, Michael? Why aren't you? Oh,
he's like, I'm always there. I ain't calling it.
I'm in trouble now. So.
He's like, I'm there in the building. I never call it.
Why would I call myself?
Well, everybody knows my cell number, so
they just bypass and call
Well, let's see here. Since I do their website, it's 575-622-4249.
Okay.
Right.
So that's
you go.
Leave a voicemail if you don't get because obviously there's not someone 24/7 sitting at the Post 28 facility there.
No. And then the other number is a Google Voice thing, so it kind of finds anybody on the call list.
Oh, cool.
We try to call everybody back within 24 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. And come out to the meeting on the 13th there, and like I said, put pencil in August 24th on your calendars. All you biker types, especially, you're going to want to come in and see some of the fun.
Legacy Ride Scholarship program coming through Roswell.
Yeah,
it's going to be a party.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be awesome.
And, well, I'll give you more heads up here probably by the end of the show tomorrow if we have any updates on 4th of July Memorial Day celebration planning. I know that was confusing, but
right.
Our Memorial Day celebration on July
the
weekend.
newspaper accidentally published it as a 4th of July thing. And 4th of July in a cemetery? I can't think of anything more inappropriate. Hey.
Well, what's been going on this last year and a half? Nothing surprising. That sounds about right.
We're going to try to do our best. If nothing else, we might just go out there and say a prayer at the cemetery or something.
We're gonna
do something. It's been 2 years. We got to do something.
Nothing's been forgotten. We're gonna get it done. So, well, gentlemen and ladies, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us here.
And appreciate it. We'll see you guys. And like I said, Michael, just have yourself or anybody over 28. If we've got things coming up, just let me know what we can do to help on here. And just,
we will.
We got 2 great American Legion post here, and it's first time in a long time. I feel like we've got some real resources and opportunities for veterans. We're
getting a lot done.
That's getting some stability. Which has really been our and this is community. Why? I mean, just for years.
Well, it's like these 2 posts are now working together.
Sure,
but we're also thinking the community, because without the community helping us out, we couldn't do the things we were able to do.
So we all chew the same dirt, live in the same patch of grass here. Let's all work together.
Roswell has always been a patriot city.
Mhm.
Always.
Yep.
Very much so. Yeah, we run on donations and volunteer work, so we can't do it without you.
Absolutely, and we do appreciate it. We love and come celebrate with us. Come mourn with us. Come and be a part of of our stuff, and let's make this community better together. That's exactly what we do. Yeah. So,
hey, there's a slogan in there somewhere.
I can come up with. I'm good if we need some.
Occasionally,
I can slip a slogan in if I need to here. But we'll see you guys here next time. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Take care.
Bank in Artesia. Deposits can be made by check or cash, in person or through the night deposit box, by writing Allison Frazier in the Pay to the Order line and Frazier Memorial Account on the memo line. APD is encouraging those able to donate. Artesia police also say they have no access to records of those who do donate. A French treasure hunter has sued the estate of a Santa Fe, New Mexico antiquities dealer who sparked a years-long search across the American West by hiding a chest filled with gold, coins, and other valuables. Bruno Raffos is seeking $10 million in the complaint filed in U.S. District Court in New Mexico. He claims the late Forrest Finn deprived him of riches by moving the treasure chest after he solved a riddle that would lead him to the loot. The lawsuit comes a year after another man found the treasure in Wyoming, according to the Santa Fe New Mexican. Raffos claims, though, in the court documents, he believes that Finn went to retrieve the chest himself, then declared it found publicly and kept the contents for himself. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure area east of the mountains and plenty of moist air still coming into eastern New Mexico, so we could get some more showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those storms could have heavy rainfall, especially this afternoon. Today's high will be in the upper 80s. Overnight, showers and thunderstorms look likely with our low in the upper 60s and low 70s. More showers in mid-80s Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Beginning Wednesday, most Connecticut residents claiming unemployment benefits must report their work search efforts to the State Department of Labor when they file their weekly claims in order to avoid being denied benefits. The required work searches, which include employer contacts, job training, and other activities, had been suspended during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Unlike in other states, the $300 weekly supplemental federal pandemic unemployment compensation is still available to qualified Connecticut filers. Britain plans to scrap laws requiring face masks and social distancing later this month. Prime Minister Boris Johnson confirmed Monday, even as he acknowledged that lifting the restrictions will drive surging coronavirus cases higher. Johnson said legal controls will be replaced by personal responsibility. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell or call 622-4455.
Bull riders, prepare yourselves for 2 days of back-to-back bucking. July 30th, it's the Smoking Hot Bull Riding in Artesia, New Mexico with $5,000 added money. Followed on July 31st by the Butterfield Festival Bull Riding Championships in Monahans, Texas with $3,000 added money. Entry fee is $100 with 100% payback. Books open July 16th through 28th. 2 fantastic nights. Double the bucking, double the chances, double the fun. $1,000 bonus for the high point average for both nights. Fields limited to first 40 riders for each event. The Smoking Hot Bull Ride at the Artesia, New Mexico Council Arena. July 30th, followed on July 31st by the Butterfield Festival Championship at Ward County Arena in Monahans, Texas. To enter in Artesia, call 575-703-5455. To enter in Monahans, call 432-202-1119.
Otto von Bismarck is said to have quipped, "Laws are like sausages. It's better not to see them being made." While that's a great line, we respectfully disagree. We're New Mexico Foundation for Open Government, a nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization that exists to promote transparency in government, so you not only know what's happening, but why, and by whom. Because what you don't know can hurt you. Visit nmfog.org and become a member today. Sponsored by New Mexico Broadcasters Association.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 95% of people text things they could never say in person. Check your text messages. We just sent you something. Here's Mike Winters.
Hey, good morning. It is 8:59, closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. We're going to play our interview we had with Amanda Ware from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico. She was in a couple weeks ago, so some of the stuff's talking about 4th of July and things. But the real reason I want to play it is they are at a point, critical mass point, where they need volunteers to be bigs and things like that. During our conversation, we chit-chat and talk a little bit about some of the littles available right now for adoption, some of their interests and things they're into. And these are littles that some of them been, year plus waiting for bigs and things like that. So we're going to play that interview next hour. But first, Town Hall News. Don't go away. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Town Hall News up next. And we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The death toll in the Florida condo tower collapse has risen again as crews continue working in the rubble of the building.
Through the team's ongoing efforts, we have recovered 4 additional victims. The number of confirmed deaths is now 32, with 26 of those identified.
Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava says 113 people are unaccounted for, and she says officials keeping a close eye on the weather.
Regarding the impacts of Tropical Storm Elsa, we do continue to expect occasional gusts and strong showers today, and we're closely monitoring the weather, and we now have our weather service embedded within our search and rescue teams.
And the tropical storm now dumping a lot of rain on the Keys as it moves toward landfall late tonight or early tomorrow north of Tampa Bay. Once the storm crosses Florida, it's expected to march north along the East Coast. We'll be hearing from President Biden later today after he meets with his COVID-19 response team.
The president will get an update on the pandemic and the state of vaccinations. This afternoon's meeting, followed by presidential remarks, comes after the White House fell short of its goal to have 70% of U.S. adults with at least one vaccine shot by July 4th. On Sunday, President Biden urged those who are unvaccinated to get their shots, saying the vaccine is the best defense against new variants of the virus. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Growth in the economy services sector, that's where most Americans work, slowed last month following a record expansion in May. That word this morning from the Institute for Supply Management. Stocks in the red on Wall Street this hour. The Dow is down 390 points, loss of 1%. The Nasdaq off 18, the S&P 29 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're attacked by a bear, a dog will throw himself into the mouth of the bear to save you. Dogs are dogs. They pour out their love onto you. Before long, you can't live without them. I have a chocolate cocker spaniel named Lady and a blackmouth cur. He's about 120 pounds, and his name is Arlo. My little cocker, her coat's as soft as a stuffed animal. They're both real soft coats, and my dogs don't have any health problems because they're eating what they need to eat.
DINOVITE.com.
Dynavite is like pouring a multivitamin right onto their food.
The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
We'll be scooping our Dynavite onto the food, then squirting the liquor chops and the fish oil. They start salivating.
Dynavite is nutrition.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
It's a lot of responsibility owning a dog. I get my Dynavite at DINOVITE.com.
Israel's parliament has declined to renew a law that bars Arab citizens from extending citizenship or residency rights to spouses from the West Bank and Gaza. A close vote raising doubts about the viability of the country's new coalition government.
This was a political test for the Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, who'd set it up as a vote of confidence in his new ideologically diverse government. He'd hoped a compromise would be accepted, but in a tense late-night session, 59 members of Parliament voted for the legislation and 59 against, with 2 abstentions from the United Arab List, a party representing Israel's Arab minority, which sits in the coalition. Thousands of Palestinians married to Israeli citizens but unable to claim citizenship rights may now be able to do so.
And that's the BBC's Yolanda Nell. She's reporting from Jerusalem. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. More people have drowned in the Great Lakes so far this year than were reported by this time last year. It's prompting officials to urge swimmers to be extra careful out there.
Data collected by the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project shows 32 people had drowned in the Great Lakes as of July 2nd. That compares to 25 by early July of 2020. The 2021 drownings include 15 in Lake Michigan, 5 in Lake Huron, 6 in Lake Erie, and 6 in Lake Ontario. The nonprofit is encouraging swimmers to acquaint themselves with the flip, float, and follow drowning survival strategy. It instructs those caught in dangerous currents to prioritize floating and breathing before identifying an exit from the water. Bob Agnew reporting.
A plane that had 28 people on board apparently crashed as it came in for a landing in bad weather earlier today in Russia's Far East. All on board are feared dead. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow down 391 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Grace Inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah.
Still dark out there.
I know it's gloomy. It
feels ominous.
There was a hint of blue sky there for a minute. Now it just got dark.
Yeah. Well, we got chances of rain today. We'll do all that here in just a little bit. So, yeah, I loved your PSA, by the way.
That was. Thank you, CDC, for letting people know that, yes, there important information that needs to be out there.
He showed me, and I'm not going to give you all the details and everything, but he showed me a new PSA the CDC put out. It's not COVID related.
No,
sort of.
Well, it's,
I guess technically
it's disease related.
Yeah.
Here, essentially, this is the
D and it's the
phrase.
CDC. Yeah.
The phrase that they're putting out there is, "Don't leave your mark at the pool this summer." If you've had the PSA says if you've had the symptoms of diarrhea for the past 14 days, please refrain from going to the pool. Thanks, CDC.
A, good tip, because he's right. B, the sad part is the CDC has to put a PSA out to tell you not to diarrhea in public pools.
The phrase "don't leave your mark at the pool this summer" is great. The GIF that they use, or GIF if you prefer, because GIF is spreadable.
Creamy.
Is, I mean, it's chef's kiss levels of perfection. It just shows a little. It's a cartoon of a little girl sliding down a slide.
It's a cartoon, yes,
Yeah,
cartoon
little girl sliding down a slide and leaving her mark on the slide.
That's right, leaving the mark.
It's pretty bad.
But it's just, and I'm laughing because it's funny, but it's sad that we have to tell people these things. I'm sorry, and I get it. It's kids and all that, but a parent, kid's been sick, been diarrhea, maybe coming out to the public pool, not the best device.
Probably not.
I'm a common sense person. I'm all about common sense, and I know some people. I get all that, but dang, why do we got to tell people not to diarrhea in a pool? How sad is society that there was because clearly this is happening a lot because they have to put a PSA out there.
That's the thing. It's the same thing that Bill Engvall's been talking about for years. The whole it's like somebody that somebody wrote him a letter at some point. My favorite one of those, by the way, is on the side of a tube of Preparation H. It says for external use only.
Somebody ate it.
Dear Preparation H, I ate this whole dang tube, and I still got these hemorrhoids. But man, my mouth's so small.
Well, that's the problem. Is these people put it next to their toothpaste in the medicine cabinet, and then next thing you know, this Crest tastes like garbage.
Oh, Doc, the Polydent's just not keeping the teeth down, but my gums feel smaller than ever. Tight even. Like a tiger.
But my hemorrhoids are minty fresh.
And that's fluoridated. That's twice. And that's why the CDC has to put out, please don't diarrhea at the pool.
I saw that. I'm just laughing like, that's a real PSA. That's not a joke. This ain't a Saturday Night Live bit. This is real. And I laugh because it's sad. And I know there's one parent or somebody out there. But sometimes we don't know it. I get it. All right, I get it. Emergencies happen. But this is happening a lot. And enough to where they need to put a PSA telling people to stop diarrhea in a pool.
If you didn't have the Center for Diarrhea Control, then they're doing their job. They're just trying to keep diarrhea in control. The Center for Diarrhea Control is really doing what they're supposed to do.
What's next?
Their stated purpose.
Make sure you wipe when you're done using the bathroom. I mean, we gotta have to do all these. Groom.
The CDC
put a belt
put out
on.
A new PSA: if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the CD.
Welcome to our ool. Notice there's no pee. Let's keep it that way.
Keep it that way.
We don't swim in your toilets. Please don't pee in our pool.
And that's actually the best. They continue this line of thinking. The next one showed, I have to find it, but it showed a woman's head sticking out of a toilet wearing a snorkel and mask. Basically, you wouldn't swim in your toilet. Please don't do this.
I remember that sign. There was a 5-minute dime store we used to drive by every day going to school, like middle school and all. But they had signs and things in the windows that you can buy, and they had a bevy of pool signs in the display window, and there was one with a diver like in a full tank, and he's like jumping into a pool. It says, "We don't swim in your toilets. Please don't pee in our pool. Welcome to our ool. Notice there's no pee. Let's keep it that way."
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah,
there's lots of fun ways to say, please don't urinate or defecate in the place we swim.
Those are fun things I'd watch along the way of my bus trip to school and middle school. Like, oh, look at that sign in that store window.
That's one thing you learn when you own a pool, like when you own an above ground pool, especially above ground pool. I don't know what it is, but if anybody out there who's owned one and like enjoyed their time owning one, more power to you.
My brother has one, loves it.
It's a job.
It's a lot of work.
Whole job. You need to hire.
Unless you're rich and you pay people.
Right. You hire a pool boy. That's when. But at that point, if you have an above ground pool and you can afford a pool boy, you probably look at your priorities a little bit.
Got a pool boy for your
above ground pool boy. I was the above ground pool boy. Remember?
You were.
And I wasn't paid. They just let me live there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well,
so I mean, that's that's what happens.
But you can say people, I was a pool boy.
That's right.
I mean, how many guys got a pool boy?
Yeah, that's right.
Ladies.
Not in the traditional sense by any stretch, but
these are true statements. But yes, I get you.
But yeah. So
anyway,
please,
safety tip of the summer: please don't diarrhea in pools, public or otherwise.
Thank you, CDC, for getting the important need-to-know info out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to play our interview with Amanda from Big Brothers and Big Sisters here in just a few minutes. But first, let's find out why it's all dark outside.
Yeah.
Here is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure area east of the mountains and plenty of moist air still coming into eastern New Mexico, so we could get some more showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those storms could have heavy rainfall, especially this afternoon. Today's high will be in the upper 80s. Overnight, showers and thunderstorms look likely with our low in the upper 60s and low 70s. More showers in mid-80s Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 79%. Winds are, in fact, calm at the moment. We do have a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms today. Some storms could be produce some heavy rain, partly cloudy, although I haven't seen the partly part yet. High near 87, they're saying today. I don't know, man. This is lingering around. But anyway, sun will probably come out, and they'll probably nail it. But right now, it ain't that. Tonight, we're looking at a 60% chance of rain. They're saying mainly between like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 3 in the morning. They say some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Cloudy skies. Otherwise, with an overnight low of 69, southeast winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Oh, never mind. I got a AccuWeather thing that just popped up on my own phone. I was wondering if it was like a alert of something, but no, it's not. I just I was like, oh, I'm doing the weather. Maybe there's a flash something or another just popped up, but no, it was something else. My apologies. So we got 60% chance of rain tonight. They're saying anywhere from a quarter to half an inch of rain this evening. For you Wednesday, we're looking at a 40% chance of rain, partly cloudy, a high of 88. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Wednesday night, we are looking at a 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy, 68 for an overnight low. They're not really speaking of rain for Thursday or Friday. Sunny, highs near 90 on Thursday. Winds out of the northwest 5 to 10. Friday, sunny skies with a high of 93. And then for the weekend, rain chances re-enter. 20% for Saturday, mostly sunny, highs near 90. Saturday night, a 40% chance, mostly cloudy and 68. 30% chance of rain on Sunday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. 30% Sunday night as well, with an overnight low of 66. And a 30% Monday, otherwise mostly sunny, highs right around 89. 90 degrees there. All right, it is closing in on 9:15. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then our interview with Amanda from Big Brothers and Big Sisters on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
Travis Hicks Richland Auto Group coming to you from the Twilight Zone. I don't remember being more excited about a July than I am about this one. July 4th celebrates the issuance of the Declaration of Independence, a document that pronounced the original 13 colonies in America as free from the tyranny of Great Britain. The second sentence of the Declaration states that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Isn't it amazing that 250 years later, those words still have so much meaning? Richland will be celebrating our independence from tyranny all month long. In July, your vehicle purchase at either our GM or Dodge store will come with a Bible to remind us to whom we owe our lives, an American flag to remind us that we are all free from tyranny in America, and an entry to win an AR for those who choose to celebrate and defend our pursuit of happiness. To win the gun, you can enter on our Facebook page, our website, or by buying a car this month. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Part of why you should ride for our brand, Richland, where service is job one.
Get your family together. It's all about spas. Relax and have fun in any weather.
For decades, homeowners have been frustrated because their canvas patio cover would stop the summer sun but trap the air, turning their back patio into a sauna by midday. Now there's a way to block the piercing sun and vent the hot, stagnant air with a Solara adjustable patio cover from All About Spas in Roswell. A Solara adjustable patio cover is like none you've ever seen. You control the shading. You control the ventilation, all by remote control. Let the natural light in on comfortable days. Protect your patio furniture from the rainfall or damaging ultraviolet rays, all at the touch of a button. And each Solara adjustable patio cover is custom built. Stop by All About Spas and Leisure Living at 3700 North Main in Roswell, across from Discount Tire.
It's all right here at All About Spas.
So you think drinking alcohol can't hurt you? It'll mess you up big time. Say adios to large chunks of your brain. Major damage is already being done. Other parts of your body are getting wrecked too. Forget about sports, forget about school, forget about doing much of anything. Underage drinking freaks out your body, messes up your life.
Sponsored by the NMDOT.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You cannot snore and dream at the same time, unless you're dreaming about snoring. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico, Amanda Ware back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Good. How's summer been so far for you? Have you had a chance to do any summer-like things yet?
No. Just kind of try to stay inside and
She's like, sweat. Yeah, I did that.
Shield myself from the heat that we've been experiencing.
Yeah. So.
It just seems like summer got hotter earlier
It did.
than usual.
I don't think we had spring.
No, we didn't
went
have
from
any
winter
spring.
to summer in a span of a week. So, but with warmer temperatures means people are getting outside. The world's starting to open up again, which is good news for everybody, but very much so for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. It's been a real struggle for the last year and a half, 2 years here of COVID. Let's face it, Big Brothers prior to COVID was in need of new bigs to come and be a part of this. COVID turned that from a urgent situation to a critical situation. And so now, more than ever, we need adults to step up and say, hey, I'd like to spend a little time in some of these kids' lives and be a part of this. And so we're not, I know we come in, every time we talk to you, it's kind of like, come on, we really, no, this time we're at those levels where this could pose impacts on these kids' lives if we don't do something about this. So
Well, some of these children have been waiting on our wait list for quite some time. And then with COVID happening and all the schools shutting down,
your resources to do this dried up. Yeah.
They have been, at home with very little avenues to go out and, explore the community. Everything was shut down.
Yeah.
But I think as of July 1, we're supposed to be opening
Yeah,
up
no, I think is that the magic. I knew it was like we hit the 2-week thing, and I was like, I know we're in that 2-week waiting for everyone to be at the
July. It's something we track.
Yeah.
But yeah, July 1, everything's supposed to be.
Is there a countdown clock somewhere?
Yeah, this is our countdown clock. So, as you may know, our program has 2 different types of categories for bigs. You can be a site or a school-based mentor, meaning you will meet your littles at a specific site.
And generally the school base, that's for like your high school seniors and things that it's kind of like an after school program or lunch buddy kind of program,
that
something similar to that.
Right. And then we also have a community-based program, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So for our community-based program, if you volunteer as a big, of course, we have an extensive screening process. So you have to go through an interview. It's about 2 hours long. And then we do a background check. CYFD runs our fingerprints, so we get the results back within a week or 2.
Okay.
And then we do a LexisNexis for driving history and things like that.
I didn't know what that's called. That's kind of LexisNexis.
Well, it's the company that runs our third party.
I feel like it's very Star Trek sounding to me. feel like Captain Picard's going to come
there
out.
is an extensive background check.
Okay.
So all of this, once you sign up or once you say that you're interested, someone from the office will contact you and,
Sure.
set up your interviews and things like that, answer any specific questions that you might have.
Mm-hmm.
So it could take, a month or two before you're completely through the process and ready to be paired with
Sure.
Little.
Yeah, and then in that process, like you said, there's questionnaires. Like the first part, obviously, is the background check stuff. Make sure there's no safety issues there. Once that part's established, you're not done answering questions. But this is for the benefit of the match. This is now. Think of the dating game. Think of Match.com.
That is correct.
We're trying to learn about you, and then so when we go through our search of littles, we're trying to pair you up with a little that you're going to jive with, you're going to mesh with, you're going to have some connections with.
Not only are the bigs interviewed, the littles and their parents are interviewed as well.
Mhm.
So that when we make the match, we try to pair you with interests that,
Sure.
Common interests,
Yeah.
so that you'll have a jumping off point.
Next thing you know, like and it could be, and that's the thing. It doesn't have to be like these amazing things. Well, I'm a rock climber, and then I go spelunking in the caverns, and then I go off to European bird watching. No. We don't do all that stuff. Do you try to impress women or men with, when you're picking up a date? We're talking. I know the move. I was going to get a tattoo right here, but stop that. What we're saying is we just want to, hey, if you like, you know what? I'm a science fiction nerd. I love on Star Wars. Well, guess what? We're gonna find a kid that likes that too, and y'all have that common thing or something, or maybe like, you know what? I'm a model railroad enthusiast. All right, we're going to find a kid that loves that kind of stuff too, and maybe you use that as your connection. Or maybe it's like, you know what, I love, or maybe I'm a crafter. I love sewing. I love doing that. Let's find a child that loves doing arts and crafts too. Maybe you can teach them some new ways to do it, and they can teach you some new. I mean, that's what we're talking about here is finding those common links.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a list here of littles who are on our waiting list.
Okay.
If I can just tell you a little bit about
Kind
them
of,
and what they're looking for in a big.
Exactly. Which here, this is great because I think part of the problem in getting bigs is they don't think that they're the right person for it. What do I, what do I know about kids, or what do I? And well, now you're going to pardon the pun or pardon the connection here, but you're going to hear it from the horse's mouth. Right. You're going to hear exactly what they're looking for.
So right here, I have a little boy. He is 10 years old.
Okay.
His name is George, and he is looking for a big that doesn't mind talking about snakes, bugs, and sharks.
All right, we got an animal lover.
He hopes his big would like to play Jenga and go to the zoo to look at snakes.
Okay.
George enjoys playing in a gym, playing outdoor and indoor games. He likes playing Jenga or chess, and he likes to talk about different types of bugs and snakes.
Nice. So
that is what he's looking for.
How often do you find a kid that loves chess? That could be a great little. How many conversations and things happen over a game of chess? I mean, that's pretty cool. So maybe you can talk about snakes while playing chess.
Right. And then,
that's cool.
And this little boy, he's 8. His name is Nathan. He is looking for a big who doesn't mind playing in mud. Nathan would love a big who could talk to him about the military or is a fireman or policeman.
Wow.
He enjoys building with Legos. He likes music and loves to play Army and play with his cars and remote control helicopter.
All right. That sounds like me as a kid, running around playing Army in the woods, and there's a whole lot of, and I'm you know what? I'm pretty sure there's quite a few bigs around town that would love to get in the mud puddle with you and play around, and that's what we're talking about here is you don't have to plan these grandiose things. I'm sure there's a bunch of dudes, and probably mostly dudes because these are two boys here with their interest, are going, okay, play in the mud. Yeah, got that.
Talking about snakes.
Yeah, talking about snakes. Got that. You want to play some chess? Yeah, let's do this. You want to talk about military or these are the same things you like.
We also have girls on our wait list.
Yes.
Normally, we have a whole bunch of female volunteers and very few male volunteers.
Males are the
harder to capture.
They're the what's the dodo bird, if you will, out there, the elusive gazelle are out there. But right now,
our we have over 30 littles on our waiting list.
Okay.
Ready to be paired or in the process to be paired.
Okay.
We have less than 10 bigs
Wow.
waiting to be paired.
So you can do the math there. It's,
right. During COVID, we matched what we had as as
best
often as we could.
Yeah.
And our avenues to recruit bigs have been very limited over the last year.
And unfortunately, because of the world we lived in this last 2 years, some of these kids have been on the waiting list for years.
3 or 4 years.
That's it's bad in many levels. One is because, well, kids are only kids for so long. They grow up so fast. And I know for them it's forever, but you and I know it's next thing you blink your eye, you're 40. But on top of that, it's got to be rough on the psyche of these kids saying, I got picked in the program and they can't find me a big. I mean, I imagine there's got to be a little bit of just mental playing with their heads a little bit, thinking, well, maybe I'm not worthy of this. And we know all that's not true. It's just everyone's lives are going.
Some of our littles, they sign up as a family. So like if a mom will have 2 or 3 children, we'll sign them up and try to find a big for each of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we find a big for 1 or 2, and then that other,
so that really comes into play there,
waiting
I'm
on
sure.
the wait list for quite some time.
So eliminate that problem by just signing up. Maybe sign up as maybe husband and wife, each take a big.
We can do family matches.
You can do a couple situations. There's many different, I guess you say, equations to make the big little matches happen here. I know for the most part you like to pair boys with men and females, women with girls. But, desperate times call for, desperate. So sometimes there's unique situations on some of these things.
There are unique situations.
Yeah.
We can pair like a family, say a husband and a wife, if they want to sign up together and mentor the little as a couple.
Yeah.
We would pair them with the little boy.
Good deal.
Sometimes we can pair little boys that are under the age of 10 with the female big.
Okay.
But that's about the only
generally you like to
matching that we can do.
And really and I don't. We haven't had a chance to do this. So I kind of want to do this every time. You're not playing the role of a parent as a big. The role of a big is you are just that mentor friend person. You're there and each situation's unique. Sometimes these children come from 2-parent homes, single-parent homes, foster system. Sometimes they come from affluent families, not affluent families. Sometimes sometimes it's just a case of parents are there. They just work a lot. They're busy, and they want another influence in their life, someone that can expose their children to some things and stuff that they can't or don't have the ability to do. And that's where big brothers and big sisters. It's there to serve as that mentor to help strengthen the foundation for that kid, regardless of what else is going on in their life.
And actually, that's part of our pairing process. Whenever a big makes it through the screening and we're about to pair them, we do give extensive training to the bigs so that they're not walking
blind
into this situation blind. We explain that you're not a parent, you're not a counselor, you're not a piggy bank. It's about quality time, not necessarily what all you can give or provide to the family.
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
creating
quality time with you and the little.
Yeah, you're really creating memories and creating life lessons. I mean, as adults, think about the memories you hold on to from your childhood and I guarantee the ones that really stick out, and it's not the grand trip, it's not the adventure, you know what I mean? It's not that thing. It's going to be that moment. It's like we were sitting around this campfire telling a story, and I remember, it's always those little moments that kind of stick in your brain and just kind of have the bigger impacts on you. And really, when you boil it all down, that's all you're doing with Big Brother. You're creating those memories for these kids. So when they're adults and things, they use this to their own successes and life lessons and become better people. That's and I would also, I'm guessing you probably see a lot of people that are now bigs that were once littles themselves and paying that forward and things. So it's really a great thing to do. So we got some more stories?
Yes, we do. We have some girls on our waiting list.
All right, let's hear some of their
hobbies. We have
hobbies.
little Katie. She's 8. She's looking for a big who is patient and loves to do girl stuff, like going to the store, painting nails, and doing makeovers.
Okay.
As well as outdoor activities like going to the park. She likes dancing, drawing, watching cartoons, and playing with stuffed animals. Now, she loves the water, but she doesn't like to swim.
Okay, so maybe if you got a swimmer out there, maybe this is your connection and you get them more in the water and they love the water. Well, let's get you swimming so you can love it more.
And then we have Amber. She's 7. She's looking for a big with a great sense of humor and a big heart.
Okay.
She wants her big to be a good cook and likes to try new foods.
All right. So if you want to experiment with foods, this is your guinea pig.
She enjoys her dog, going out to eat, cooking, and traveling. And she also wants her big sister, who doesn't mind watching her favorite movie, Frozen.
Okay.
More than once.
Well,
And more than once is underlined.
So basically, it's on loop wherever you're
bolded,
at.
Yes.
So you'll be willing to let it go.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. But if you love cooking, I think you just found your partner in crime cooking there, because sounds like she wants to get a little adventurous cooking. And if you're kind of like, I wanted to, let's just try it together and see where this tastes like, that could be your in right there. I mean, how many families celebrate memories over food? All of us, every single one of us on the planet. I don't care if you're a human being, you've got a food memory or food, and it's all related to family and all of that stuff. So that's cool. All right.
I mean, we have a lot of these stories. Just
right.
little kids, they're not looking for anything big or elaborate. Just painting their nails or talking about snakes or
they just want to live life,
playing in the mud.
Yeah. It's. I think. And I'm learning this in my own life. As we get older, you tend to take for granted being exposed to new things, and and like thinking the first time you ever did this or had this, and it's like, think about it. When's the first time you ever had a hot dog at a baseball game or something like that? And you kind of think back, and it's like, oh wow, and it's and that's you're just creating those moments and creating that with these kids, and that's all they're looking for. We're not. Like I said, you don't have to. You heard the lists from these kids here, and I want to do another girl here too. But they like the same things you do, guys. I know all of you are like, I like playing Army. I like getting outside and getting in the mud and all that. And girls, I don't care how many times. Y'all love watching that Frozen movie. I've seen it 1,000 times. I've never seen the whole movie, but I don't have to. I just walk into rooms and it's on, and I caught enough of it to know almost the whole story. And I've never sat down and watched the movie. But that's they like same things. They shopping, go and get your nails done, going walking in the park. These are the same things you like. You just get to do it with these kids that I think it's going to make it more fun for you too, because now. Because this is what's going to happen. And say you have an affinity for shopping, and then this young girl also has affinity for shopping. Ladies, you're going to turn into like the Yoda of shopping, because now you've got your Padawan. I know I'm getting nerded on y'all with the Star Wars references, but now you've got your protege in shopping, and you're going to be like, all right, girl, we got you covered. You like shoes? Now I'm going to show you how to find shoes, and you're going to love that.
You don't actually have to buy anything.
Exactly.
You can write them down, make a wish list, show them how to budget.
Yeah.
Like teaching life lessons in things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Together.
So you like these shoes, but they're $50 now. We're going to come back next week, and they're going to be on sale.
Right.
And they're $20.
Show them about sales. Show them how to budget. Show them, how to.
Yeah. That's all part of it.
Plan.
Yeah. And then. It's living life and just kind of hanging out with these folks. So let's do another one of the.
One more girl.
All right.
So I have Andrea. She's 9. She is looking for a big who loves fashion, likes to play outside, and who can do cheer activities with.
Okay.
Andrea has had a little bit of bullying.
Okay.
So she wants a big sister who can talk to her about that and make her feel
more
better about herself, more confident,
opening up,
and just talk about ways to deal with bullying and how to stand up for yourself and gain some self-confidence.
Sure, understand, and well, great. And so any cheer dance
she
folks
enjoys
out there?
Cheer, tumbling, playing outside. She loves animals.
Okay.
And anything to do with jumping on a trampoline.
Awesome.
And she wants to be a veterinarian or a doctor when she grows up.
All right. Excellent. So maybe there's a vet or a doc out there that's got some free time and would like to spend an hour a week with this girl and show her the animals and mentor a little bit on just like all children need, navigating life. That's that question she's having with bullying. Every one of us on the planet has had that same thought in our head at some point. Whether I think every single one of us at one point or another in life have experienced a situation where you feel bullied or something like that. And, having that experience yourself, you can use that to help her and how to navigate through that. Because we all have those experiences. We just do. It's part of growing up and part of life. It is. So that's what it is. That's all. I mean, it's not as hard as we build things up to be. It's just really being a human being with these kids. That's what it is. Hanging out, showing a little kindness, a little love, a little compassion, and that little show pays huge dividends in making a difference. And because that's human beings. I mean, you look at you show someone compassion and love, and things they're going to run with that. That's just that's how our brains are wired and everything. I don't care where you come from, what your background is, where on earth you were placed on this earth when they put you here. That's the same in everybody. And we can all help each other find that. And with these kids that don't have all the opportunities sometimes just because life happens, this is a great way to give back and to be a part of that. So please, if you're interested, now more than ever, I don't care, men, women, couples, come forth. If you're at least 18 years of age, that's really
for a community match. You have to be at least 18 years of age because we do have to do a background check.
Yeah, and then we start the process here.
And then we start the process.
On average, just to give people kind of a ballpark, how many, like from the time they say I want to be a big until the time they're having their first outing with their little. What's on average that ballpark time frame?
Well, it's hard to pin down because it would depend on whether we have a little in the wait list who they pair with that's already ready to be matched, or if we have to recruit a little specifically for that.
But since, right now, since there's so many waiting.
There are so many littles that are processed and waiting. Just to process the big between the interview and the background check, it could take 60 to 90 days.
Okay, so about 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months
from time, so that's pretty quick.
How fast we can get the interview done and the background check, and and we do take 3 references, and all references have to be called.
Okay,
and if you're in a committed relationship, we do have to have some kind of a spousal or partner.
Anybody that has potential to be around this child, you want to make sure that they're all above board here.
So, I mean, as long as your references get back to us, and everything.
And I imagine COVID, all that took a little longer because everything took longer in COVID. So, but I imagine now they're getting back to it. That process is speeding up here. But please, if you're listening here and you're thinking, this is maybe you're a couple that maybe can't have kids, or maybe you've been trying to adopt, and you just have let's do a big thing, and let's I'm not saying change your goals of adopting and all that, but this will give you some training and some help in the meantime while you're going through that process. And
once you're paired, you're not left alone, because we have what we call match support specialists. These are all, they have to have a minimum of a bachelor's degree or higher in social services or a related field. So once you're matched, this match support specialist will contact you once a month to make sure you're okay, that you don't have any questions about your match. Or you can contact them at any time. Like, say you're in a match and you're not used to children, or you haven't dealt with a lot of children in that age bracket or whatnot, you can contact that match support specialist, and they can give you pointers or tips or resource material
kind of help you peel back the curtain
support that match and make sure that ice-breaking tips or how to build rapport with them or talk to them on their level if you're unsure. You're somebody's going to be there with you the whole life of them.
Absolutely. You're not going to, they don't leave you on the island here.
Right.
And it makes sense. Obviously, if you don't have a lot of experience spending time around a child of that age group and things, you may, their brain waves aren't the same as an adult brain waves. And if you don't have experience making those two connect, then they're going to help you with all that, and I get it. Some people, some people, it's natural, some it isn't, and you guys are helping every one of those, from the ones that take it to a duct of water to the ones that are like, all right, what does it eat? That's what's kind of going, do I got to do anything, like let it out or something? Those kind of people.
That reminds me, when I was about 18 years old, babysat my nieces.
Uh-huh.
I went over to my aunt's house, and they lived in an apartment with the pool. And after I was there about an hour, they're all, "Can we go to the pool?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go down to the pool." I just took a towel, and they wanted drinks, and they were hungry, and it was hot. I didn't bring sunscreen. And I remember my little niece, she was about 5. She looked at me, she says, "You're not used to kids, are you?"
No,
I'm not.
That's why the parents got all the bags.
Yeah.
Is to keep everything they need in it.
I was down there with 2 little kids in a towel. Like, I don't know what I was thinking.
You're hot, get in the pool. That's what the whole point.
But I mean, our match support specialist will walk you through these things. Help you plan outings, help you connect with the parents, and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Bigs get rules in the match, and so do the parents in the match.
Sure.
So, like if you show up to pick up your little for a community outing, they've gone through training as well. They'll know that have the little ready on time with with the things that they might need for whatever activity
Everybody's
you're doing.
kind of well versed in what their role is to help this kid and get.
And then we have that match support specialist, supporting that match and helping both parties in the match. Make that long and strong.
Please understand, this is not a parent replacement program or anything remotely like that. It's in partner with.
We specifically train the bigs and the littles and their parents that the big is not there as a parent replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Is not there to discipline or
strictly
and
mentor.
The big is not to be used as discipline. For the little, like if you don't behave you're not
yourself,
your
you
big.
don't get to see your big.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to use that.
These things are not really allowed in our matches, and we try to
enforce
keep
that
them strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because at the end of the day, it's an amazing, fun experience for the kid.
Yeah.
But it'd be like saying, "My kid loves school, therefore he got in trouble. You're not going to school today." I mean, think of it in that same vein. This is in that. Yes, it's fun. It's an amazing, but at the end of the day, this program is put together to strengthen the foundation for this kid. So when this child is an adult, they've got as many tools in their tool bag to navigate life as an adult, and that's really the big end game here is to give them prepared to become adults and productive people in society. So, and they do it through love and fun and happiness and mentorship. That's what Big Brothers Big Sister is. So that's it's not
what we're all about.
Yeah, it's not a secret recipe or anything. It's just hey, we're making a pie here. We just want to make sure we got good quality ingredients going in, and we're helping the parents put the ingredients in just like they're putting the ingredients in, and we're just helping make the pie at the end of the day. That's if you want to kind of look at it. That's what we're doing. We're just making great people. So, all right. Now that we got them reeled in, how do they get a hold of you?
Do you want to say our website address?
Yes, I can do that.
Stumble over it.
I can do that. I'll let you handle the number. I got the website, but you can start learning more, researching. Obviously, Big Brothers Big Sisters is an international organization, so there's lots of stuff online. But if you want to learn more about local and what's going on here, you'll go to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters website for Southeast New Mexico. You can Google Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Roswell, Chaves County, Southeast New Mexico. Any of those will get you there. But if you want to go direct, it's www. Do that part, or you don't have to in these days and age of internet browsing. Just go to bbbsenm.org. It's the initials for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico. So it's bbbsenm.org. You're probably not going to remember that if you're driving. That's why I said just Google Big Brothers, Big Sisters. When
3
you get
B's, 2 S's.
Yes. They also have a Facebook page. You can do a search for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Southeast New Mexico. You want to put in the Southeast New Mexico, otherwise you're going to get every Big Brothers, Big Sister, which you're more than welcome to peruse and check out. But if you've got a limited amount of time and you're trying to narrow your information search, add the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And that way you can learn more about the matches, the programs, and everything else. And then, of course, you can always call the office there and say, hey, I want to learn more. I want to sit down and talk to someone. Or, you know what, I've been reading. I'm ready. Let's start the process. And then she'll make an appointment and get the application process going and the background checks going and the questionnaires going and all the things that has to happen to get you to that point where you and your little are out at the park or at the restaurant or whatever your activities.
About snakes.
Yeah, talking about snakes or getting in the mud.
Our phone number is 575-6 627-2227.
Yes, which is BBBS if I remember right.
BBBS.
So if you're good at remembering phone numbers that way, it's BBB at Big Brothers.
I don't think
Big
anybody remembers phone numbers that way anymore.
Not anymore.
I think it went away with the push dial.
I think, yeah. Well, I think when everyone went online to do things, because I think before, like if you want to order garbage off TV, and what I mean is like the Roncos and all that stuff. Back in the day before the internet, you had to call the numbers. No, it's call now 1-800 our stuff stinks or whatever it is, and that's our stuff stinks. So that's how you remember. But now everyone goes online, so there's no need for the names to remember numbers. I don't think so. That's my theory. I have no idea if it's right, but it sounds good, so I'm going to just go with that.
And I think, from here on out, I will bring a list of littles that are waiting and what they're looking for. It's really not elaborate. It's just, they want to cook or they want to watch Frozen or...
They want the same things everybody else wants. They just want to connect and have fun and get to experience the just cool entities of life.
I remember
sometimes.
when I first started working, and I've been with Big Brothers Big Sisters for about 12 years.
Oh, wow.
But when I first started doing interviews, I was training, so I had to fill in, I could. This little boy who I was interviewing, he wanted very, very simple things. He wanted to play in the mud. He just wanted somebody to take him outside because he lived with his grandma. And he said, I just want to go outside and be a real kid.
Yeah. Don't feel like he's got
I just want to be a real kid. And I mean, it's still just
set
that
with
little
you.
phrase sat with me all these years. They just want to play and they want to learn and they want someone to share that experience.
Yeah,
with them.
it puts your own life into perspective. I'm telling you, all the bigs that get involved, I guarantee they probably take more out than they think they're. You know what I'm saying? They give a ton, but at the end of the day, you probably take away more than you give. It just feels that way sometimes. Just because it reminds you of your own blessings, and it also reinforces the ethics and things in your life that made you stand, because you forget sometimes like these, and then when you're working with the child, you're like, oh yeah, this is why we do this, so we so many years of doing it you take for granted, and now it's like, oh yeah, brings you back to the time you were learning these lessons and understanding those moments. It's like, that's why we do it this way, and that's it's life growing up. That's what it is. So Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Southeast America, www.bbbssenm.org. Google Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Southeast Mexico. Go on or call the phone number. The office is there on 2nd, but we're still in COVID world. Probably call ahead and first before you pop in. I know back in the day, you say, yeah, come on by. They usually got cookies and everything else, but not so much right now with the COVID. But that's coming soon.
Well, we're waiting for July 1.
That's right. July 2. Come out for cookies.
Come out for cookies.
That's right. Might not be a bad idea there. So. Awesome. Is there anything we forgot to mention, or we get it all there, Amanda?
I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you get to work. I'm sure you got a stack of papers ready and waiting for you to start sort of sifting through and take care of. So thanks for visiting as always, and we'll see you next time. All right?
Thank you.
Take care.
Encouraging those able to donate. Artesia police also say they have no access to records of those who do donate. A French treasure hunter has sued the estate of a Santa Fe, New Mexico antiquities dealer who sparked a years-long search across the American West by hiding a chest filled with gold, coins, and other valuables. Bruno Raffos is seeking $10 million in the complaint filed in U.S. District Court in New Mexico. He claims the late Forrest Finn deprived him of riches by moving the treasure chest after he solved a riddle that would lead him to the loot. The lawsuit comes a year after another man found the treasure in Wyoming, according to the Santa Fe New Mexican. Raffos claims, though, in the court documents, he believes that Finn went to retrieve the chest himself, then declared it found publicly and kept the contents for himself. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Oakland, Democrats defund the police. And guess what's happening in Oakland? Crime rates are going through the roof. They diverted $20 million from law enforcement out there. Crime is more out of control than it's been in decades. Does that surprise anybody? It doesn't surprise me. Does that surprise any of you? It's not funny. You know what? If you can't have confidence that you're safe and secure, and then add to that, they want to take away your right to Second Amendment. Now, my question is, what are you going to do? Who are you going to call? What if, God forbid, somebody breaks into your house and wants to harm you and your family? What are you going to do?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, remember the saying, if you love something, set it free? Now, if it doesn't come back, it was never yours to begin with. Well, when it comes to your identity, our friends at LifeLock, they're kind of calling BS, because all those nights working overtime, saving all that money, paying off all that debt, and now some identity thief wants to try and set it free. They say that's crazy talk, and we agree. Now, that's why LifeLock by Norton helps monitor your information. They will alert you to potential identity threats. If you're a victim, you'll get a dedicated U.S.-based specialist that will help fix it for you. No one can prevent all identity theft, monitor every transaction of every single business. But when identity thieves try to take what is yours, don't take it lying down. LifeLock sees the threats you miss on your own. And today you save up to 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock. Go to lifelock.com. Use the promo code Hannity to save that 25%. That's lifelock.com, 1-800-LifeLock.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure area east of the mountains and plenty of moist air still coming into eastern New Mexico, so we could get some more showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those storms could have heavy rainfall, especially this afternoon. Today's high will be in the upper 80s. Overnight, showers and thunderstorms look likely with our low in the upper 60s and low 70s. More showers in mid-80s Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street went back to work this morning following the long holiday weekend, with the benchmark averages mixed in mid-morning. Oil prices pulling back a bit after surging as OPEC talks over crude production hit a brick wall. Crude prices have been pushing toward $80 per barrel recently. Software company Kaseya, targeted by a holiday weekend ransomware attack, says between 800 and 1,500 of its customers, small businesses around the globe, were compromised in the security breach. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has stepped down as CEO, handing over the reins. The company navigates the challenges of a world fighting to emerge from the coronavirus pandemic. Bezos, Amazon's biggest shareholder, assumes the role of executive chair with plans to focus on new products and initiatives. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. Fergalicious. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
You've slouched on it. You've slept on it. You've sheltered in place on it until it's worn out. Now it's time for new furniture from Glenn's. Like a breath of fresh air, Glenn's will brighten your home with beautiful new furniture you'll be proud of for years to come. And at Glenn's, everything is ready for immediate delivery. So reopen your life and refresh your home with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service also allows me to be there for my community in ways others can't. I help my hometown recover after nature strikes. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country and those I care about safe from threats. I also work with a network of professionals that help me succeed. Also, the Army National Guard's education benefits make getting a higher education a reality. Being an Army National Guard soldier makes living and serving in my community more rewarding every day. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Ketchup was used as a medicine back in the 1930s. Mike uses ketchup to make friends. He doesn't have a lot of friends. Here's Mike Winters.
But I do have a lot of ketchup. Good morning. It is 9:57, about ready to wrap up today's show. There'll be a new Clay Travis and Buck Sexton show coming up here in just a few. If you missed any part of our show today, we had Robert Sherman join us in the 7 o'clock hour from the Walker Aviation Museum. Talked a little bit about the B-47, gave us an update on what's happening over there. Could use some more volunteers. They're looking for folks to serve on the board, to serve in many capacities there. So if you'd like to be a part of that, please reach out to them and check out the interview. And then we replayed some interviews. We had replayed our interview with the folks from American Legion Post 61 and 28. They joined us a week ago discussing a big event coming up in August and some other things as well, too. And then, of course, we replayed our interview just a few minutes ago with Amanda Ware from Big Brothers and Big Sisters here in Southeast New Mexico. And basically really talked more about their need for bigs right now. We spotlighted some of the littles and some of their hobbies and interests and things. And that's the great thing about it is you don't have to be this massive, do this whole massive thing and do all that. You can just easily knock it out, in your daily lives and stuff. You don't have to plan these grandiose adventures and all this kind of stuff. It's easily, works in your schedule. So there's a way to do it. I know people say I'm really busy and yeah, you are, but you're not really, you're just incorporating a child into your life already. It's, not asking you to do special things just for the kid necessarily. It's just incorporating them into your life, into what you do, and some of that rubbing off, some of that mentoring rubbing off on them. So, it's more things can get done just by having lunch or tossing a ball around in the park than sometimes, we're going to the Grand Canyon, we're going to splunk down this, and then we're going to go here and do, you know what I mean? I think all of us think we have to plan those, but not necessarily. Just having a catch with a kid in the park, or going out and seeing a movie, or going to, lunch together, or going for a hike together, or something simple. You don't have to do, or just, hey, I got to go run to the store, pick up stuff, hang out with me, and we'll chit chat, maybe have lunch afterwards. That's what it's all about. But anyway, I invite you to go check out that interview and reach out to them and be a part, make a difference. All right, that's going to do it for us for today's show. Thank you very much for allowing our show to be a part of your day. We do greatly appreciate that. Have a wonderful day. Stay dry. We'll talk to you bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.